You know what I'm really surprised I haven't seen yet? I'm surprised I haven't seen a rap about Morty from Rick and Morty done to the beat and lyrics of the Danny Phantom theme song. You know what I mean? Like, yo, little Morty, he was just 13 when his grandpa built a very strange. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you could fit that in. I'm surprised I haven't seen that. You weird chammy. Fuck you. Hey, how y'all doing? You know, today's stream is going to be a little bit different, and by different, of course, I actually mean shorter. And I know you're thinking, why? Why would it be shorter? You know, and boy, do I have a story to tell you. And then I know what you're thinking after I say that, which is, are you about to wind off into an irrelevant 20-minute story that has nothing to do with politics and actually takes away from the already limited time we have during this stream? Yes. Also, donate to me. Give me your money. So anyway, here's what happened, okay? All right. So, however long ago I moved out from California, okay? We've had the microwave, okay? The microwave that was left to us in this place. And it's kind of a shit microwave. It's dirty. You know when an appliance gets so dirty you can't really clean it anymore? It's that kind of dirty. I mean, but we've been using it because when we moved in here, professionals would refuse to replace that old microwave with the new microwave that we bought, anticipating that we would be able to replace it easily. And the reason that experts wouldn't, and we called all over, we called plumbers, we had like the Home Depot guy come over. The reason why they would not install the new microwave that we bought all those millennia ago, was because the previous tenants had done so much damage to the ductwork, because it's an above the range microwave. They had done so much damage to the ductwork that in order for a plumber to address the damage and fix it, they would have to, it would be like thousands of dollars of work, and in order to put it up to code, you know? Install, don't you just plug in a microwave? But it's above the range. It has the fans and stuff. Yeah, we called HVAC techs, like multiple of them. It just would not work. So anyway, eventually one guy said, why don't you just do it yourself and just duct taped it, you know? Just duct tape everything that doesn't work. So yesterday, I took the day off stream, and you know, we sat down and we tried to get some stuff to work, okay? And you're rich now, though? Just because I'm rich doesn't mean I want to spend thousands of fucking dollars on a microwave installation. Okay, anyway, so here's what happened, okay? What's an above-the-range microwave? Never heard that. It hangs above the stove, and it has fans on the underside that intake air and pump it out of the house. So you can, like, cook stuff and it doesn't heat up the kitchen too much, you know? That kind of stuff. Anyway, okay? So here's what happened, all right? So, oh God, where do I even begin? I'm so sore. My whole body is sore. I recently injured my back working out. I just have a really weak back. I need to go to physical therapy for it. So, you know, yeah, I gotcha. So anyway, I kept it as best I could. So first, we take down the old microwave. It's easy enough. Step ladder, do the drills of the bit, you know, unhitch it from the mounting brackets on the back. And boy, it's disgusting back there. We have to do some cleaning. And the cabinet that the thing is screwed to on top is really, really damaged. I mean, and the ductwork is just duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, here's what happens, all right? We remove the old one. I run over to Home Depot, and I get the tools that I will need. You know, more duct tape, levelers, this sort of thing. And I come over back, and I realize, oh my God, this is actually going to be a really, really easy installation. Because the bracketing that was placed on the wall for the old microwave fits the new microwave. I measured it. Like, oh my God, so easy, you know? I don't even have to replace the bracketing. I can just slide the new one in on the old bracketing, okay? No, actually. We try to mount it. It's a heavy microwave. I need Conier's help. And we move it up, and we try to slot it into the back bracket, and it is off by like a millimeter. It's off by such a small amount that I assumed it was a rounding error. I didn't measure super, super, super carefully because I thought, like, why would a manufacturer have bracketing that differs from the other manufacturer's bracketing by 1 millimeter? Why wouldn't you standardize this? Nope! No standardization in the above-the-range microwave game, I guess. So that didn't work. Okay, we had to unthread the cord, blah, 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 blah. We had to do this a couple more times, okay? Basically, eventually, I have to take the bracketing down, I put the new bracketing up, okay? And there are, like, these weird planks of wood that are, like, bolted down everywhere. Like, the previous installation required the wood and screw equivalent of a glue gun. And eventually we get everything mounted up properly. I mount it up there, and now it becomes time to drill in from the top, from the cabinet above the range microwave. And then I have to connect the ductwork and stuff, okay? So, unfortunately, naturally, the previous drilling holes left by the previous microwave installation didn't align with the drill holes for the new one. And I was too lazy to pre-mark where the holes would need to be on the microwave. But, you know, I don't want to take the microwave down again and do the whole thing with the paper and the marking the holes. So instead, it's time for guesswork, okay? We use the drill bit. We just until we strike gold, okay? That's what we're going to do, all right? We're going to listen, measure 0 times, cut 17, all right? That's what we're doing. Did you use the paper that came with the microwave? Fuck no, I hate reading. All right. So and the first I do, it actually works. I nail the location. And we're talking, you have to be within like a 0.5 millimeter to get this proper. Nailed that, okay. But then, you know, we have to do the side holes because there are 3, 1 in the middle, 2 in the side. And the 2 in the side, I cannot get it to work, okay? And then we try to put it in, it doesn't go in. Until eventually I'm doing so much damage to the cabinet that I don't even think, I think even if I manage to get the screw in, it's not going to catch on the wood. I mean, I think at this point, the collective hole that I'm drilling is so large that I think I could just drop the screw in, okay? But I'm trying my best. I'm trying so hard, okay? I put the drill bit in. I'm trying, you know, getting the accurate angles. Something's not given. And then it happens. My drill bit breaks in the hole. I didn't realize this, but these random scraps of wood that were drilled to the underside of that cabinet, it was just so perfectly placed that the screws that were used to adhere those pieces of wood were right where both of the above the microwave holes needed to be drilled. They were right there. Both of them on the left and right side. It takes me a while to fish out the broken drill bit. I unscrew the one screw that I got in. I unmount it from the back. And then I remove both of the planks of wood and the screws that were holding them. And then I remount the microwave again, re-screw in the middle for the 3rd time now in the middle, and I managed to get one of the other screws. And we now have 2 screws in this microwave out of 3. And then I try to get the 3rd one in, and it doesn't drill in. For the 3rd and final hole that I need to drill this thing into, I just put it in through the hole in the wood, and the screw just drops in. The threads inside of the microwave were broken off by the force of my drill bit breaking. And I find the thread, which is this little plastic insert with the little screw thread, you know, sitting on top of the backboard of my oven. It's right there above the fucking, the timer. I don't know how it got there. I have no idea. That wasn't where it was. I don't know how it went from there to there. I have no idea. It would be like losing a part during reassembling a toaster and then turning around to find it on top of the fridge. I have no idea how it got there. Utterly no idea. So in order for me to reinsert this, I would need to unscrew 2 now. And by the way, every time I screw in and screw out, these screws that I'm using get more and more fucking, what is it called? You know, when you destroy the screw? Because the angle I'm doing this at is not perfect. What's it when you come on, strip? Yeah, strip. They're getting more and more stripped. At this point, we basically have the famous. You know, you've heard of you've heard of the flat wrench. You've heard of the fucking Phillips head. Okay, have you heard of the round head? All right. At this point, basically could have drilled that bitch in by just you know, taking like a mortar and pestle and just twisting it a little bit. Anyway, it's. So if I keep screwing and unscrewing, eventually we're going to strip this to the point where I can't do anything with it anymore. It's not a hex head, so I can't use a fucking hex bolt. But anyway, so fuck it. I am not going to unscrew the microwave for the 4th time now to do the bit thing, to put in the thread. I don't even know if I'd be able to do that. So the microwave is now stable. It's held by 2 giant, like 4-inch screws on one side, and it's supported by the back brackets, but it's lopsided. And this just pisses me off. After all the time I've spent, all the suffering trying to get this done, all the times I hit my fucking hand against the drill bit spinning because I have to keep it steady and the angle is terrible, it's lopsided. So you know what I do? After some deliberation, I get a little strip of cardboard, fold it over itself a couple of times, push up the microwave on one end, and slide it down right there underneath the left side bracket. Okay? Just shimmy it right in there, just prop it up a little bit on the base, wedge it right in there, and bingo bango, we now have a even looking microwave that functions perfectly fine. It's stable, okay? I tried wiggling it. It's not moving anywhere, okay? It's fine. No, it's not going to fall. No, it's not going to fall. I jiggled it as hard as I can, okay? It's fine. It's shiny. It looks good. It runs good. Oh, and then I had to fix the duct work up there. Christ. And that was just that was just a duct tape nightmare. I got through like a whole roll of Gorilla Tape just because the thing was just all broken. You have to like, and I have to like tape around the whole thing to keep the air from coming out. But that was easy. It just took a while. That was easy. So why does stream have to end early? Because my back hurts. And I'm grumpy. And I slept poorly. There you go. That's the reason why. Okay? Now you understand the totality of the logic, all right? Now you completely understand. I look forward to seeing this, what I just said on Vosh Highlights or Sour Bread or one of the other clip channels. Are we going to get pics of this installation? It looks like I mean, it doesn't look different now, unless you look for where I put the cardboard piece in, but you'd have to be looking to find that, you know? Looks fine. Yeah. So I want to think you generally deserve to be canceled over TBH. Yeah, well, you know, that story had nothing to do with your back. You're lifting and setting down this thing over and over. You have to bend. I was on the step ladder, like bending over to get the angle. It was like 3 hours of me. Also, I hadn't eaten the entire day. I didn't eat until 5 p.m. that day because I was so distracted. Lift with the legs? How? It's at my eye line. What? How do you lift with your legs? How do you lift with your knees when the item you're moving up and down is at head level? What? Chill. Yeah. Do a handstand? Like, okay. Oh, God. Found an image for chat for them to understand what you mean. Yeah, an above-the-range microwave. Yeah, it's just... Thanks for finding a fucking 140 pixel wide image, but yeah, the oven, then the microwave is suspended above it. It's the future, okay? I've never seen one before. Or what are you all? Are you all like Serbian or something? What backwoods place doesn't have above the range microwaves? This is the future, okay? This looks awful and is an electrical hazard waiting to happen. You're like a caveman poking at fire. I don't trust this. Fire spread. Reach tree line. You're so... This is the future, okay? Is this really only an American thing? Really? Okay. It's such a bad design. How is it a bad design? It vents the... Never mind. Don't worry about it. These Luddites, yeah. Oh, God. Microwaves on the counter are the way of the proletariat. Well, that's how my family was. Before my family went all healthily eating conscientious and got rid of their microwave. Honestly. There are useful things the microwave can do, even if you eat, like, healthy food. Like, you never want to just quickly reheat something? Jesus. Hey, hold on. My brother's a chef. I imagine it has something to do with the pretension of his career. Yeah. I used to microwave bacon. No wonder I was depressed. Jesus Christ. Bacon? Holy fuck. Why not just eat the wax from the fucking candles in your house if you're so allergic to good eating? Jesus, that's psychotic. God. Do you have an air fryer? No, but I should probably get one, right? You know? I am based and air fried pilled, okay? Ever since I started eating the Tyson's air fried chicken nuggies, you know? They're so much better. Guys, I'm going to be real with you. Once you've eaten like French fries and chicken and stuff that don't have oil all over them, you can't actually go back. Okay? It's basically like a small oven, yeah, but the way it circulates heat makes it a little bit better, I think, at handling certain types of food. Like, I can't go back. After I started eating air fried, because they were out of chicken nuggies in the store, so I just bought the air fried shit, because why not? And not only is it way healthier, but holy fuck, getting rid of the like greasy, like underlying flavor, not only does it free up the palate and you can make it in so many more different ways, but it also is just way more pleasant, you know? Holy shit. Yeah, it's so much better. I can't even eat greasy food anymore. Wait, hold on. God, falling apart. We are fried vegetables as well. Yeah, go. Yeah, fuck yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dude, the Tyson, hold on. I'm repping, okay? This is a sponsored stream. The Tyson's air-fried chicken nuggets are so fucking... I know the company's terrible, and I don't care. All of you fucking wokers in chat? Anyone woking right now? Any wokers woking right now? Yeah, we get it, okay? This shit right here, okay? Not only is this healthy, it's like 150 calories for 5 nuggets. Now that maths out really good. 10 nuggets for 300 cal? I mean, what the fuck, you know? But because there's no oil flavor, you can eat this with anything. The oil flavor means that's a fucking lie. Oh, well, okay, you can sue them if you think they're being misrepresentative with their packaging. Too much sodium? Oh, sure, there's sodium. Yeah, there's plenty of sodium. But anyway, they're really, really good, and you can make them with anything, okay? Because they don't have that greasy... Oh, God, my throat. What the fuck? Guys, think of it this way, okay? Less oil in the chicken nugget means more honey musty, okay? You have to legally say you're not actually sponsored by Tyson? That's probably not true, but I'm not actually sponsored by Tyson. That's not how that works. That is exactly how... Guys! Isn't that how that works? Less oil means more honey musty, okay? That's how it works. What the fuck is this?
They don't believe in due process. They find people guilty all the time. Look at what they're doing to Matt Gaetz now. I'm not saying Matt Gaetz is... not guilty. He may be guilty of everything that he's being accused of and more. But thus far, there's been no evidence presented of any kind, and they have him convicted and locked up.
Remember when this guy went so hard on Hunter Biden that he left The Intercept, which he helped found, because they were like, slow your roll, dude. This is unhinged. And Hunter Biden was never charged with anything. Also, by the way, I don't know. Okay, wait, hold on. Is Glenn Greenwald a pedophile? Because he's going so hard to defend Matt Gaetz here that it's unironically really, really concerning, okay? The evidence against Matt Gaetz is actually incredibly fucking strong. I remember I saw that Legal Eagle video. Apparently there are subpoenaed like text logs between Matt Gaetz and another person where the other person is like, Matt Gaetz, do not involve me in this shit, man. Do not involve me in this shit, man. I do not want to be anywhere fucking near you or anything related to this. And there are Venmo payments and like... The evidence seems really strong. I mean, the fucking DOJ started working on this before Biden even came into office. You know? You're going to be called homophobic for saying he's pedo? It's okay. Glenn Greenwald has called me a pedo on Twitter. He's gone all the way from world-respected journalist down to, like, skeptic YouTuber tier stuff. I was making fun of him on Twitter, and he responded by posting a video of calling me a pedophile from a Nazi channel with, like, 88 subscribers. That's not a joke, by the way. That's a real thing. Yeah, that's an actual thing that happened. And now here he is saying the Democratic Party is like an authoritarian party.
As a pedophile. The whole Me Too movement was about destroying people based on accusations that are unproven. They don't believe in free speech. They don't believe in due process. They don't believe in just the standard democratic processes, including the safeguards that our founders put in, including making sure that states that are small and rural have equal representation in the Senate,
Glenn
but not
Beck
the
clip.
House, so that they don't get they want to change.
Oh my God. Dude, I love this. This is fantastic. At least with Tucker Carlson. So remember when Glenn Greenwald called Tucker Carlson a socialist? At least Glenn Greenwald, like Tucker Carlson does this populist thing. Glenn Beck doesn't do the populist thing. Glenn Beck is just an odious, disgusting piece of shit, far-right Republican, and has been for his entire life. At least Tucker Carlson does this fake, incredibly transparent, like, the elites, the people are bad, or the elites are bad, the good people go. At least he pulls that off, you know, but Glenn Beck doesn't. Glenn Beck is just far right. And Glenn Greenwald, as far as I'm concerned, is now far right. I wonder if, is this a money thing, or is he actually having a mental break? I really have to wonder. Because with Glenn Greenwald, you're talking about a person who was globally respected, Pulitzer Prize winning Glenn Greenwald. Back during like 2010, 2011, I remember that he was one of those figures that was spoken of reverently by my leftist college professors, because he put so much work, so much effort into his coverage of these issues when it came to surveillance or the whistleblowing and just the Iraq War and the entire climate. It felt like Glenn Greenwald was like hugely influential, yeah. And now he's insane. I actually do think that he's lost his mind a little bit here. Because in seemingly no time at all, I actually remember back in like late 2019, I tweeted something about how there are people who will try to convince you the only way to achieve class liberation is to give up on social rights. And Glenn Greenwald quote tweeted me saying, that doesn't happen. That's not true. And all of his followers were like, Glenn, you kind of do that a little bit. And that was about a year and a half ago, I think, like thereabouts. Yeah, the Nazbol Vortex, my sort of prototypical Nazbol Vortex coverage, you know? And now we have this. If I had to guess, he's always been this way. His paranoia was just proved right one time and it made him famous. I don't know if I agree with that. The Glenn Greenwald that I remember was not like this 5 or 6 years ago. He would not have gone on Glenn Beck to defend a to-be convicted child sex trafficker. Yeah, like this is so beyond. Yeah, no. This is some mental break, or somebody on the right offered him a lot of money. The problem is, he's not even doing this convincingly. That's the funny thing. If you actually take a look at how people are treating him on social media, he's less respected than ever. His little, like, WordPress blog shit after The Intercept, like, wouldn't have him because, after he left The Intercept, because of his poor editorial standards. He's not liked, really. He's doing this, like, right-wing circuit because he's like, he's like an old rock star for the left. But he hasn't, like, has he brought people over with him? I feel like if this was some sort of deliberate grift, he did a really bad job. He should have spent a lot more time laying the groundwork. And going from like 0 to I'm on Glenn Beck's show agreeing with him is not a great way to pull over his audience, which was predominantly left-leaning beforehand. So I just wonder if it's a mental break thing. I really do. Especially since, like, he cares. This isn't just him grifting. If you see him on Twitter, he gets angry and he argues with people who disagree with him on Twitter. He responded to me, for God's sake. Not that I think lowly of myself, but I'm a fucking YouTuber, you know? He's a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. He is exponentially higher up on the tier, but he actually randomly tweeted about me recently when Lula, that was about like Lula was freed from prison, or some news recently with Lula Silva, and Glenn Greenwald quote tweeted it, and Glenn was like, so glad all of our excellent leftists on the left helped bring this about. And then he added me and Emma Vigeland and a couple other people who don't like him. And the fact that a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist would see Lula being freed, and then his first thought was, there's a 300,000 sub YouTuber who I don't like, and I'm gonna tag him on this to make fun of him. And this guy's a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. He's actually mad. This isn't if it was a grift, then he wouldn't be giving me the time of day. Dave Rubin doesn't do this. Dave Rubin just blocks people he doesn't like. Okay, Dave Rubin just blocks people. Okay, and I respect that. Okay, blocking is self-care. Very nicely done, Dave Rubin. But Glenn Greenwald gets angry. I just think it's a mental thing. I don't know. Godspeed to Glenn, man. He's in the comments now. Yeah, it's never, ever, 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 ever good when you're in the comment section, okay? That's not good. You see a content creator down in the comment section? Man. Dude, oh my God. This is from the 5th of March. Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh my God. Glenn Greenwald. Glenn Greenwald, no. Look at this. So here's Glenn. As the insurrection narrative crumbles, Democrats cling to it more desperately than ever. Note how in this Glenn Beck clip, he's decrying the Democrats for not believing in due process and being authoritarian. But here, he's saying the insurrection narrative is fake. He's just a far-right guy anymore. There's nothing left here. Anyway, there are people arguing with him. And look, he argues in the comment sections, okay? And then somebody links my video. Glenn Greenwald just called Tucker Carlson a socialist. Excellent video, by the way. Phenomenal video. This is basically an academic citation. You post one of my videos in a Twitter thread, okay? You fucking et al. That shit, okay? Because you've just performed in academia. Nicely done. That blobby YouTuber is one of the most important and credible voices in America. The conscience of the American left. His bravery is inspiring. The one thing you don't want as a journalist to be criticized by him leaves your credibility in tatters. He's mad! He's fucking mad! He's so mad! Oh, by the way, the thing that he linked to down there was just that I Hypocrite clip of me that's clipped to make it sound like I hate trans people. Like, he's indistinguishable from a skeptic YouTuber now. He's mad, and he's VDS posting. And he is a fucking Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist. God. By the way, I appreciate you guys bombarding him in quote tweets. I actually didn't know about this interaction until somebody just linked it. So I'm glad that so Glenn Greenwald hates me so much, there are times when I don't even notice he's raging over me, you know? Oh, fuck, now I have to make this a segment just because it'll make him mad. Oh, God. What should the title be? Like, is Glenn Greenwald suffering a mental breakdown? Is Glenn Greenwald okay? Like, it has to be something like that. Because he'll watch it. He will watch it. And apparently he watches, like, out-of-context clips of me. So there's no way he doesn't watch my content about him. That is really, really funny. I feel bad for him, I do. Because it seems like he's going under a lot of distress, you know? He's hurting a little bit at the moment. But, like, here, let's finish this damn Glenn Beck clip, okay?
All of that. They want to change all of the rules to ensure that they remain in power forever. It is a genuinely repressive and tyrannical party and a movement that supports it. And it's the reason I've become so violently alienated from it. They don't believe in due process.
Nice. All right. Nice meme, Glenn. Does anyone have a better explanation than mental breakdown? If it was grifting, then he wouldn't be that actually mad in the comment section, you know? And there can't be a rational process that arrived at this, you know? A lobotomy, perhaps? Yeah, maybe. Spirit science? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think it's the Nosbull thing either, because again, he sold it so poorly. Like, why would he? I have no idea. It's something wild. He's a wild guy, okay? He's a crazy guy. Oh, by the way, Glenn, since you're watching this, maybe even live, if you ever want to come on, we could have, like, super chill convo, okay? You can tell me all about how Matt Gaetz is being persecuted without trial, but Hunter Biden deserved your editorialization. Yeah, we can just have a friendly convo, okay? You know? It'd be good. From one gay to another, right? I mean, we can engage in a little bit of playful idpol with each other, you know? Maybe. Been going on a lot of homophobic pundit shows lately. Maybe Maybe you need a break, a little bit of a light period after that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Vosh, he's also a transphobe. Yeah, I did a segment on that as well. His little foray into transphobia got him no love on Twitter. It's really funny how little his audience is interested in the bullshit he's trying to sell right now. Okay, are we interested in actually talking about shit? Okay? How cool would that be? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, I think this is a really proud day for my people, you know? My people, of course, being debate bros. Because after much teasing, we have finally arrived. The ultimatum. Marjorie Taylor Greene says AOC has agreed to the Green New Deal debate. Oh, baby. Now, the context behind this, by the way, is absolutely spectacular. So, essentially, Marjorie Taylor Greene both repudiated the Green New Deal and challenged AOC to a debate over it before actually reading it. Look at this tweet. I'm glad I ran into you today, AOC, to plan our debate about the Green New Deal. After I finish reading all 14 pages, like we agreed, I'll schedule the time for our debate. Oh, hey, you... AOC, I see you looking there in the hallway. You wait. After I'm done reading this, all 14 pages of this bill that I've already spent months and months publicly criticizing, it's time. Are you sure she's not just lying that AOC agreed? Hold on. Okay, we're going to get to that. Just chill. Hold on. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been gunning for this for a while. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene is unironically acting like the stereotype of a debate bro, where she's wrong and angry and stupid, but she is desperately and insecurely trying to compensate for this by pressing as hard as she can for some kind of public, incident. Now, as some of the extremely comedic timing-aware people in chat have been so keen to inform me, yeah, we don't actually have confirmation that AOC has agreed to this. Marjorie Taylor Greene has just been spouting off about it. As though it's actually happened. Now, whether or not AOC takes this debate, and actually I think that she will, because I feel like she would have publicly denied by now if she had no interest in doing it. I think it'd be nice, okay? If we could do ourselves a bit of a constructive engagement here. What if we gave AOC some hot debate tips, okay? Not that she needs my help. What with her being, an incredibly accomplished and widely beloved politician with, many supporters and a crack team of dozens of political analysts who are collectively more intelligent than I could ever hope to be. But, it's about the fun. It's the fun of the thing, yeah. Vosh in my left here, exactly, AOC goes in there, she adjusts the headpiece. I lean into my microphone in an NSA base, okay? AOC, can test, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? Okay? All right, very good. Now look at her, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, eye contact, okay, very good. Ask her if she loves black people. Do it. AOC, there's no time, do it. It's do you have the list of soy jacks that I prepared for you? Do you have them print right there? Yes. Okay. See the one with the facial hair right there. Lift that one up. Say, "This is you." As you lift it up. Okay. Yeah, Coconut Island. Okay. Pose her this hypothetical. Your plane crashes on an island. Stop. It'd be good. It would be good. Anyway, it's first of all, and we really cannot let this go, how spectacularly funny it is that Marjorie Taylor Greene pushed for this debate before reading the actual legislation that she has apparently based her entire existence off opposing. And then it's like, after I finish reading all 14 pages. Is this meant to be sarcastic? You know what I mean? If it is, like if this is some kind of joke about how thin the policy is, then it really didn't land. This is not a this is not a good... If it was an attempted humor, it really fell flat, because I have to be incredibly charitable to read that in. Yeah, I think she just thinks 14 is a really big number. Well, guys, for those of you who don't know, the Green New Deal isn't really a policy. The Green New Deal is just a collection of aspirations and goals. If you've actually read the legislation, which I did a while ago, hold on. Green New Deal text. If you actually look at the text that's present there, it really just goes over a list of goals that America should achieve. Here, document cloud. Do we have this here? Yeah, look at this. This isn't really like policy. Look here. Resolution, you know. We found that human activity is the predominant cause of climate change. It's going to do a lot of bad stuff. We should do this, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, it's 14 pages, but look at the fucking font size and the kerning and the line spacing here. This is 14 pages, sure, but I think this has the same amount of content on it of like 3 or 4 pages in regular spacing. So, yeah, after I finish reading your communist screed... Yeah, this is like a children's book. Now, that's not an insult. Yeah, where's the tweet where she said she finished reading it? Can somebody link it? Now, that's not an insult to the content of the Green New Deal. The actual content of the Green New Deal is basically just like, here are timelines and goals that we should hit. This is the thing we should do. This is the thing we should do. This is the thing we should do. Policy actually enacting these things would require hundreds of thousands of pages to actually explain the details by which these things would take place. So it's not really policy. It's basically, well, I mean, the debate's going to be, do you think climate change exists? Do you think climate change is being caused by humans? Do you think human beings can forestall or reverse the effects of climate change? And what can we do to reverse or forestall it, assuming all the previous positions are true? That's basically all that they're going to get to. And that just turns into the same old climate change debate that we've seen over and over and over. Though it's going to be funny if it actually does go through with AOC and MTG, in large part because of their, let's say, different rhetorical styles, you know? AOC is a smart lady, my personal opinion. MTG, maybe not so much so. My also personal opinion, you know, the experience that I have had in seeing what she has been up to does not seem like a spectacular... Why would you announce that you finally finished reading it? Why would you do that? Once I'm done reading your children's book worth of policy proposals. Huh. I've finished your children's book of policy proposals. Proud of her for demonstrating her literacy. Now, there are some people who are concerned. Let's say the debate actually goes through. There are some people who are concerned that this is a waste of time on AOC's part, and I'm not going to lie with you guys. I kind of believe that. AOC never actually responded to Ben Shapiro's billions of attempts at getting her attention for a debate, and that's a good thing, because AOC is a real politician who actually believes real things and does real things with real change and real power. And Ben Shapiro is Ben Shapiro, who bags his single planks of wood after going to Home Depot. What's he going to do with that wood? I don't know. He probably threw it away when he got home. He probably wanted to walk out of there carrying a big stack of lumber, but then he saw that lumber prices are up like 3,000% because of COVID and some other reasons. So he just bought one plank, you know, but he didn't want to get splinters, so he got it put in a bag. Then he walked out there, went back to his house, and then just put it in the trash, you know? That's my guy. That's actually my guess, by the way. That wasn't sarcasm. It is funny, but it wasn't a joke. I actually do think that's what happened. Now, AOC didn't dignify Ben Shapiro there. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, as Papa Draft points out, is an actual politician somehow. But I think that actually, with terms of respectability, she's below Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I believe that. I do believe that's true. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, here's how this can go, like best case scenario. Okay, best case scenario is AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene debate. Now, AOC is smarter and going to be better prepared and can actually read, which means that over the course of the debate, AOC is almost certainly going to provide better arguments. Now, rhetorically, who will come off better? Rhetoric is difficult. AOC, well, anyone can be as right as rain, and it can still be difficult for them to look like they came off better. There are plenty of screaming idiot lunatics who end up looking better than the more educated debate counterparts just because they're familiar with the right bumper sticker slogans and talking points. It's also important to point out, by the way, who has the potential to be swayed. See, Marjorie Taylor Greene's audience has been bombarded with arguments in favor of the existence of climate change their entire lives. Being that climate change exists, is man-made, and is preventable, invariably they've come into contact with arguments for those points from time to time. Which means that I sincerely doubt anyone who likes Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to be swayed in the slightest by anything AOC has to say. I'll put it another way. If you like Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're cognitively dysfunctional, and I sincerely doubt AOC's arguments are going to work on you. On the other hand, I feel like most people who like AOC have probably already written off anything Marjorie Taylor Greene could conceivably say, so I don't think there's any possibility of, like, any group of people being swayed either way. It's certainly not going to be a good faith conversation on Marjorie Taylor Greene's side, which means the only thing that we're actually going to get from this is media buzz. Now, here's the question for you guys. Where are we going to get more media buzz from? Right-wingers clip-chimping segments of the debate to make it look like Marjorie Taylor Greene owned AOC? Or the rest of the media just presenting the debate and saying AOC won because she clearly did? In my opinion, in all likelihood, this is going to provide way more media buzz for the right. In my personal belief, way more for the right. Because this is what they want. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to debate this so bad. People like AOC don't really want to debate this on their own because the legitimacy of this science is pretty undisputed elsewise. So it's really just to the benefit of people wanting that attention. So is this a good idea? Should this actually be done? I don't really know. Maybe optically it's better to accept the challenge, and maybe AOC is a trick up her sleeve, you know? Maybe AOC will open into her argument and then, I don't know, suplex Marjorie Taylor Greene, which would be a strong argument. I can't really say. Whatever happens, I'm sure it's going to be funny as hell. And by the way, you know, I talk about generating media buzz. You know what other media source is going to be covering the result of that debate? This guy. So, hey, content farm me up, motherfuckers. Absolutely. Line me up. I am ready, okay? I cannot wait. We live debate analysis, okay? We're going to get into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to be the John Madden to this, all right? Oh, it's going to be so good. How can I complain? Always thinking content. Goddamn right. ATC. Always thinking come. Goddamn right. If this doesn't make for at least 4 segments, it'll be wasted. We'll do 8 coverages of the debate, each of them from a different rhetorical perspective, okay? It'll be like the way scientists will measure a result in, like, visible light spectrum, infrared, gamma radiation, radio wave. It's like that's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to overlay so many different lens of analyses, all right? I hope AOC doesn't underestimate AOC. AOC's a smart lady. I'm sure she'll be fine. I doubt she'll get some humiliating loss. She also has the wonderful benefit of being objectively correct with respect to this discussion. So, you know, that probably helps a little bit too. You know? That does help. Oh, yeah. I've noticed in my debates, I do better when I'm correct, you know? Maybe that'll pile on over a little bit. What is this? A clip from Bastiat. What are we? Some kind of liberal? Hold on.
Yes, Wyoming is smaller than Washington by population, but it has 3 times as many workers in mining, logging, and construction, and 10 times as many workers in manufacturing. In other words, Wyoming is a well-rounded, working-class state.
One Senate Republican said that D.C. wouldn't be a, quote, well-rounded working class state. I had no idea there were so many syllables in the word white.
Yes, Wyoming is smaller than Washington by population, but it
Oh, that's good. That's so fucking good, dude. Oh, God, that's based to... Who was the rep? Representative Mondaire Jones. Wait, let the
Class
buffer
state.
bar go away.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Mondaire Jones. Oh, my God, that's so fucking good, dude. Holy shit. Dude, I need to talk about DC stat. So, oh, God. Just so you guys know, even if the Republican Party never did anything else wrong, the fact that they oppose DC statehood is all it would take to make it that they're an illegitimate political party, right there. The population of DC is greater than the population of many other states. It is a fully economically productive, industrious part of our country. Even if the Republican Party was identical to the Democratic Party in every other way, with the exception of DC statehood, that one difference in position, in my mind, justifies the abolition of the Republican Party. We're literally talking about just disenfranchising nearly 1 million people. Just the only reason the Republican Party wants this, by the way, is because DC would be Democrat. DC, if made a state, would be the most left-leaning state in this country's history. By far, bar none. Why can't another state absorb DC? We don't want a state to absorb DC. We want DC to be its own state. 2 more blue senators and some number of blue congressmen. In addition, you know, in case we have any amendments we want to pass in the future, it makes things marginally better than that. Yeah, the state of DC is... What are the... Hold on. Democrat voters, DC. District of Columbia presidential election voting history. Look at this bullshit, okay? This is what we're talking about. 92.2% voted in favor of Biden. 90.9% voted in favor of Hillary. 90.9% voted in favor of Barack Obama. 92.5% voted in favor of Barack Obama. 89.2% voted... I don't even fucking remember who went against Bush. This was Al Gore, John Kerry, right? Kerry and Gore, right? Yeah, Kerry and Gore. Yeah. How would this impact the Electoral College? It would certainly make things easier for us. How do we make DC and Puerto Rico states? We can't do it unless we get rid of the filibuster. Because the decision to make DC a state, don't pitch this as a partisan issue. You need to argue it on the basis of civil and human rights. Republicans don't care about civil and human rights, so that wouldn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, we're talking about a population of, I think, about 750,000 people who are disenfranchised, who do not have the opportunity to see themselves represented in Congress. And the only reason they are kept that way is because they're majority Democrat. That is it. DC already has 3 electoral college votes. Yeah, but wouldn't if I could be wrong on this, but I remember reading that the 3 electoral college votes that they have aren't proportional to their population, that if they were added as a state, that there would be a reassessment of their proportional electoral college votes, and then and it would they would still have 3? Well, hold on. What's a comparably sized state? I could be wrong on this. Hold on. Vermont and Wyoming have 3 too. Wait, population of DC is about 700,000. Population of states ranked. Wouldn't it be cool if I could type? How cool would that be? A state with 700,000 would be Alaska, thereabouts. Alaska representatives. Oh, no. Alaska has 3 electors. Okay, that's my bad. I misremembered then. I am cringe. Let it be known. Still, just having them in the Senate would make it worthwhile. Now, it would be a shame to break having exactly 100 senators, but, you know. They would have control over their own National Guard instead of relying on the feds, yeah. The original motivation for keeping DC from being a state made sense 200 years ago. Excuse me. Because 200 years ago, The argument was, so DC was built on a swamp. The DC, the capital, was built on a swamp. I mean, it was not a very hospitable environment for commerce. And at the time, the only people who really lived there in DC, yeah, drain the swamp, yeah. The only people who really lived there in DC were people directly related to the operation of the federal government. That was about it. If you lived in DC, you were a congressperson, you were a senator, you were a politician, a president, or an aide, or an assistant to one of those people, a bodyguard to one of them. You were directly related to the operation of the federal government. So they thought, why make this place a state? Why make this place independent? If we did that, then what we would essentially do is give the federal government undue influence into the operation of a state, the state of DC. So they didn't do it. It's supposed to be like a neutral territory, you know? Yes, and slaves lived there, but obviously they didn't care about them for, you know, because they were dumb and gay. Nowadays, about 700,000 people live in DC. Plenty of them have nothing to do with the federal government, so, you know. What's the argument Republicans make against it? Republicans don't have any argument for the statehood of DC. You can take a look at Republicans. They will either say, this is a transparent attempt for Democrats to consolidate power so they never lose again. Or you can take a look at them and they'll say something about how Vermont is a working class state. They don't really have arguments against it. Because there's no good argument against it. It's a state's worth of people that aren't enfranchised in Congress. Because, yeah, that's it. Their only argument is, if this passed, we would not be as powerful. That's what they care about, you know? Puerto Rico statehood is much more complex. Yes, Puerto Rico statehood is much less clean-cut than DC statehood. But DC statehood is a 1-2-1 easy pick. It's that simple. DC statehood is just yes. There's no it's just yes. Yes. Okay? Do it. Puerto Rico statehood, how is it less clear-cut? Well, there are the people of Puerto Rico who have their own opinions on this matter. DC wants to be a state. They've wanted to be a state for ages. But should Puerto Rico get a chance to vote on independence? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Puerto Rico has the right to self-determine. They should be a state if they want to be a state. They should be independent if they want to be independent. I'm pretty sure the last vote, hold on, Puerto Rico statehood vote. As I understood it, it's pretty gridlocked over there. Puerto Ricans voted for statehood. Now they are waiting on Congress. So they did vote for statehood. Well, this article is only 3 days old. Wow. We can agree that democratic style elections... The status of Puerto Rico has been debated for a century. Territorial option is not working. Although Puerto Ricans are American citizens, the people of Puerto Rico do not have any representation in the Senate, and those who live on the island are not permitted to vote in our presidential elections. Guys, do you want to hear something really fucked up? Puerto Ricans can't vote for the presidency, but they hold a mock vote every time there's a presidential vote, and Puerto Ricans have a higher turnout rate than actual able to vote for the president Americans. In spite of the fact that their vote doesn't count for anything, they actually have a higher turnout rate. Americans fucking suck, dude. Puerto Ricans are the real Americans, okay? We need to swap. Fit 330 million people in Puerto Rico, fit the population of Puerto Rico here in continental United States, give them the nuclear codes, okay? That's what we need. Yeah, it's really sad. Like, they're all lined up to cast their vote, and then they know it's just all going to be thrown into a fucking furnace. Yes, there are plenty of conservatives in Puerto Rico. However, because I am not a fucking cuck, I'm okay with statehood for Puerto Rico, even if that would add 2 Republican senators. I think it would add 1 and 1, not 2. But because I'm not a partisan hack, I believe fundamentally that their community deserves political representation. I mean, Jesus, that's the least we can give them. The absolute least we can give them. You know? It'd probably be 1 and 1, yeah. Hold on. Puerto Rico mock election results. What did they vote for? Presidential election in Puerto Rico. Yeah. It holds primary nomination events because that's not a federal election. What about the, no, not the primary results. Puerto Rico, Dem versus Republican. Political party strength in Puerto Rico. Is this going to be Democrat versus Republican, or is it going to be their own? No, this is their own political parties. Puerto Rico. I'll look this later. There's a CGP Grey video on this, I think. Yeah, they send like shadow Congress people. It's really weird. Should other territories get senators? What other territories have populations which would warrant them? Hold on. U.S. territories population. What's the population of Guam? Hold on. All right, hold on. So American Samoa has a population of... Why would it show me the population change, but not the population itself? Hold on. Here we go. American Samoa has a population of 46,000. I don't know if that would be enough for statehood. That would be significantly smaller than any other state. Guam is about 170,000, which is quite a bit larger, significantly larger. Northern Mariana Islands is about 50,000. I don't think so. Puerto Rico has 3.1 million, meaning that Puerto Rico, hold on, U.S. states population ranked, meaning that Puerto Rico, if made a state, would be the 31st largest state. It would be just larger than Nevada, Arkansas, Mississippi, Kansas, New Mexico, Nebraska, etc. It would be just smaller than Iowa. So, yeah, Puerto Rico's bid for statehood here is pretty goddamn legitimate. What about unified U.S. territory representation? I think that would be fairly colonial, I'm afraid. The idea that American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands would all vote as a single bloc, I think disregards the significant differences in history, political opinion, what have you. I mean, I understand the general sentiment, but shouldn't all citizens get representation? I'm not talking about representation here. I'm talking about statehood. Unfortunately, like, should there be statehood for large American military bases? Like, you know, like, eventually you have to draw a line. Would it not be better than what it is now? You can't have a state with 50,000 people. It's just not. No, we can look one step at a time. DC and Puerto Rico, okay? Now we should push for citizenship, and we should push for presidential enfranchisement for everyone else. State of Vosh, yeah. Israeli statehood, true. Might as well rip off the Band-Aid, I suppose. How feasible is PR statehood? Oh, it's perfectly feasible. Just need to be done. Seriously, Vosh, those places need representation, even if it's just in the House. We recruit people into our military from these places. Yeah, I feel like there should be some sort of extenuating circumstance offered there. What you could also do, if you really wanted to, was you could do DC statehood, Puerto Rico statehood, and then for people in other unincorporated territories that are considered controlled by the American Empire, there could be some sort of proxy state vote that they push, you know? Like, you can vote on behalf of DC or something like that, you know? Like, DC was not a state for a very long time. If you vote from these places, you vote for DC, your population counts towards DC, because you may not be a part of a state, but you are part of our federal government. There's probably some workaround. I just don't think that you can make a state out of an island with 40,000 people, you know? That'd be really weird. It's all really weird. Can we... Okay, stop. Or give them votes like DC has? Yes, they should at least be given votes like DC does, okay? Okay. Jesus. It's all complicated, okay? Under that category, Idaho is yeeted? How is Idaho yeeted? California gets as much representation in the Senate as Wyoming. Statehood for 50,000 isn't that much of a stretch. Yes, it is. Please stop. Yes, it is. Just because... Wait, what is the Senate only taking 2 representatives from each state have to do with statehood for very small populations. I don't think those are related. Stop. We're all done. Everyone's done. Stop. No more. No more. No longer. Everyone's done. Everyone stop. Stop. Nope. Stop. Everyone stop. Nope. No more. Stop. Shut up. Shut up. Stop. 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 Okay. There you go. They're resetting the chat really quickly. Thank you. We have segments to do. Well, here's up for some dramatic reading. An op-ed in the Orlando Sentinel that went, I'm not kidding, viral today for how great it is. I love Disney World, but wokeness is ruining the experience. Damn. Look at this guy. He just wants to enjoy Disney World. Look at all these Mickey Mouses back there. This is a true fan. True blue fan. Okay? My family and I have been loyal Disney customers for decades. We vacation at Disney World every year. We take a Disney cruise every year or 2. Consequently, we spend way too much money in Orlando. Unfortunately, I am strongly rethinking our commitment to Disney, and thus Orlando. The more Disney moves away... Yeah, everyone soy jack, please, in chat, because this is very soy jack, okay? The more Disney moves away from the values and vision of Walt Disney, the less Disney World means to me. What does that mean? Like the less anti-Semitic there? Disney is forgetting that guest immersion is at the core of its business model. When I stand at Galaxy's Edge or Fantasyland, I know I am in a theme park, but through immersion and my willingness to set the real world aside, something magical happens. That spell is broken when the immersion experience is shattered by the real world, and boy, has Disney been breaking the immersion. All right. Listen, I believe that all adults should be able to have lots of fun in their lives, okay? I think that maturity is conditional, and I think it's totally okay to go and play laser tag with your bros when you're 52 years old. I respect that. However, when you are a grown-ass man, okay? and you're bemoaning the real boy experience being shattered by the real world. Recently, Disney announced cast members are now permitted to display tattoos, wear inclusive uniforms, and display inclusive haircuts. Disney did all this in the name of allowing cast members to express themselves. Oh no. It's a slightly better place to work at now. The problem is, I'm not traveling across the country and paying thousands of dollars to watch someone I do not know express themselves. Dude, holy shit. This feels like the shut up and dribble thing. I'm not watching NBA to hear black people's opinions. Like, it's the vibe. I am there for the immersion and the fantasy, not the reality of a stranger's self-expression. I do not begrudge these people their individuality, and I wish them well in their personal lives, but I do not get to express my individuality at my place of business. Damn, he's mad. Shouldn't you be able to then? You are a toy. What is this lot? Why do boomers always do this, dude? I recently went into a Dairy Queen and I saw a young lady with an ear piercing. Back when I was a young boy, if I had showed up with an ear piercing, they would have shot me, and I liked it. If I couldn't do it, why can you? Like, why? What's next? Is Disney going to end the rule barring on-stage cell phone use by cast members as an infringement of self-expression? Wait, when we're talking about displaying tattoos, wearing inclusive uniforms, and displaying inclusive haircuts, who are we talking about it for? Because if you're in like a big goofy costume, nobody can see your hair. Do we mean like Snow White is dressed like Snow White, but then she has like a Garfield tattoo on her neck or something? What are we talking about exactly? Yeah, cast members means everyone who works at Disneyland, not the people in costume. This means the general staff. So wait, what immersion is being broken? when you go to Disneyland and you go inside a gift shop and you talk to a cashier in a polo shirt and you buy a thing from them. Is the inclusion of a tattoo really the immersion breaker there? Like in your mind, you're like, I'm at Disney Castle, and this is the Disney Castle gift shop, and the woman who I'm talking to was raised in a cut, and then you see a tattoo, and you're like, oh, that's right. I'm 46 years old, I'm balding, and I hate my wife. Take my money, please. What? That we're talking about here? We're not even talking about the actual cartoon, because it'd be weird if like you saw Snow White or Ariel from The Little Mermaid in the distance and she has like a mohawk and like giant ear gauges. I get it. Like if you're in costume, you're in costume. Okay. No cast members are the actors. What are we talking about? Hold on. I'm pretty sure. How'd I say her name? Ariel? No, look, it says right here. A cast member is a Disney employee that works at Disney Park or Disney Store. They have various jobs such as watching over security, tending to rides and attractions, and playing Disney characters. This doesn't mean specifically Disney characters. It means anyone who works at the park. It's Ariel? Oh, I haven't seen The Little Mermaid in ages. Did I ever see The Little Mermaid? Maybe. Look, I'll be charitable here. Snow White should be able to wear mohawks. Look, it's in an ideal world, but we're not there yet, okay? Anyway, hold ye horses, okay? Hold on. More broadly, like many corporations, Disney has been politicizing its business. Full disclosure, I'm a Christian and a conservative Republican. Thank you for the disclosure. I couldn't tell. So the people who run Disney and I do not see eye to eye. Regardless, corporations have always made politically motivated decisions. Oh, shit. This guy just elevated discourse above the Tim Pool level. Usually, it is due to the desire to make a profit, but sometimes it is due to the values of the people in the corporation. Oh my god, we're reaching triple-digit IQ points here with this political analysis. Walt Disney used his corporation to express his patriotism during World War II and his pro-capitalism beliefs afterwards. The difference today is that the people who run Disney use social media to scream to the whole world that a decision has been made for political reasons. And we're back down to double digits. Hold on. Hold on. Does everyone remember that old cartoon? Hold on. What was it? Daffy Duck Nazi cartoon? It was this, right? Daffy the Ductators, right? Right? Or was the Nazi shit and it was anti-Nazi? No, wait, where's the one where he was working in the... Oh, did we just catch a... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's the Japanese. Oh, wait. It was Der Fuhrer's face? Donald Duck. There we go. There we go. Look, I can't tell. No, it says the Ductators. Spirit of 43? What was the name? I don't know where all these cartoons come from. Der Fuhrer. There we go. Yeah. So wait, how is producing and animating a cartoon on the evils of Nazi Germany? This is a good cartoon, by the way. How is this, by the way, if you ever listen to a Nosbo talk about how the Nazi party was pro-working class, you need to watch this cartoon because it's actually pretty good. It's actually, is there any anti-Japanese racism in here? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, anyway, it's always been political. We've always been screaming politics, okay? The idea that, like, this is the problem that I have. This guy is actually intelligent enough. Is this TOS? Guys, we didn't even play the cartoon. We just skipped around frames of it. Jesus Christ. This is the problem with this discourse. This guy right here is intelligent enough to recognize that that corporations politicize their decision making for money making and because of the values of people of the corporation. But then he goes on to say, but this time it's different. This time they're virtue signaling. Well, how is it not virtue signaling to make a 9-minute anti-Nazi Germany cartoon? Jesus. Like, nothing has changed. The only difference here is that you don't like the virtues being expressed now. That's it. I wish they would just be honest about it. This guy recognizes the name of the game, and then rather than recognizing the fact that the only issue he has with the modern politicization is that he disagrees with it, he then goes on to make some differentiation that doesn't exist. It's always been virtue signaling. And you know what? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes corporations really do believe things. That is true. And I'm willing to believe that that anti-Nazi cartoon we just skimmed through was probably in large part motivated not just by a desire to make money, but also because some of the people who worked at Disney did not like Nazis. Okay. I don't like Nazis. If I was some sort of corporate overlord, I would probably also try to signal dislike for Nazis if it was contextually appropriate. You know, if it was contextually appropriate. If I was part of, like, a car tire manufacturer, I wouldn't be, like, putting, like, swastikas with a cross through them on, like, the print of the fucking tread of the tire. That may be a little bit... That might be a little bit, inappropriate, but... Anyway. Wasn't Disney himself an anti-Semite, though? Yeah, but it's never that complicated. It's never just... oh, the one guy at the head of the corporation was an anti-Semite, so everyone there was like a Nazi, and they only did the anti-Nazi thing for money. It's always more complicated than that. Ford was a much better example of an explicitly like pro-Nazi American entrepreneur. Anyway, Disney is in the process of taking the woke scalpel, Jesus Christ, to the Jungle Cruise. Trader Sam is out because he might offend certain people. Okay, hold on. Jungle Cruise Trader Sam. Let's you know, really, some people offended by this? I can't fathom why. It's yeah, just hey, shut up. The woke mob run amok, I guess. Christ almighty. Apparently, this is what he looks like now, which I think is a much more accurate and less offensive representation of, like, an African guy, you know? This one doesn't really scream racism at me. It's got pauldrons on. This looks fine, you know? It's... You gotta understand, okay? We're running pretty hard up against the minstrel line with this one, okay? My God. Jesus Christ. All right. Certainly better. Anyway, Trader Sam is out because he might offend certain people. They didn't take Trader Sam out, they just updated the model. Every grown-up in the room realizes Trader Sam is not a representation of reality and is meant as a funny and silly caricature. What? It is no more based in racism than every Disney character of an out-of-touch white American dad. You heard it here, guys, okay? African in a top hat with a bunch of tiny heads dressed up like a minstrel show character. That's about as racist as boomer white guy, you know? You know, it's racial characters all around. You know, you got, you have minstrel shows, and you have, what's his name? Todd from The Incredibles. What was the dad's name? What was his name? Not Todd. Come on. Hank? Bob. Yeah, okay. You got, you know, it's two sides of the same coin. All right. The next time I ride Jungle Cruise, I will not be thinking about the gloriously entertaining puns of the skippers. I'll be thinking about Disney's political agenda. That's a mood killer. This motherfucker is taking a ride at Disneyland, and he's waiting around he's waiting for the curve to happen, like the ride around the bend, okay? And he's looking, he's like, I can't wait to see my black man. He looks like silly striped pants and his little top hat. He looks like the funny cartoons my grandpa would watch when I went over for him during the summer. And then he comes around the bend, and it's like a black guy who looks like an actual black person. He's like, fucking woke mob! They took this from me. This was mine. My striped underpants black man. My black. They took it from me. I hope this guy's blood pressure's doing okay, because I just imitated him for 5 seconds and mine's not. I Gotta get myself a headache. Ow. Okay. Oh no. Is he gonna defend the Song of the South? Disney proclaims Splash Mountain must change because of its association with Song of the South. Disney owns Splash Mountain, so it can do it at once. But if Disney screams at the top of its corporate voice, which is pretty loud, then it is changing it to appease a certain political point of view. Now, every time I look at the ride, I'm thinking about politics. My dude, you already said corporations do that. What is the only difference here is that you do not like the changes that they're making. That's it. It's not that they're doing something different. You just don't like that it's happening to you now. Okay? Why must we do this? Disney's overhauling Splash Mountain to remove the ties to racist film. It'll be redesigned around the Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog could have been so much better, but Dr. Facilier was so fucking cool, dude. The villain, Dr. Facilier, the Voodoo Man, Shadow Man, holy shit, he was so fucking cool, okay? I'm sure there's somebody out there with some op-ed about how he's problematic or whatever, but holy fuck, I love him so much. You know what I love the most about him? I love that in his day-to-day, his belly shows. You know? This is hot, okay? I would. Who else would? I would. This is the fucking drip, okay? Who else has the confidence to wear a fucking tuxedo suit and a vest, no shirt, and then what is this? Is this called a cummerbund? This red thing? What is the name of this thing? Black pants, a cane, a gigantic top hat. Yes? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the cumband right there. The cummerbund, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. Who else has this drip, okay? God damn. He's so good. I wish the whole movie was about him. What was the name? What was the name of the movie that was all about the villain? The Disney movie? Was it Enchanted? The Witch? What? Come on, it was all about the lady from the thing. What was the name? It was the villain movie. Maleficent, okay? I want a Maleficent for this guy. I want a 2.5-hour animated feature that, like, Better Call Saul-esque, where it's just this guy scamming people and making bad deals with voodoo gods, okay? How fucking sick would that be, okay? He's just traveling, or like maybe it starts with him in voodoo hell after the end of the movie and he breaks out because he's crafty and wily and he just travels around the US like a Forrest Gump character, being involved in extremely significant political and like historical events and like influencing the course of history just by... Dude, that'd be so fucking sick. Because the actor nailed it. The voice, everything about that character. I could listen to that guy talk forever. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just he's everywhere. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Anyway, so yeah. What were we talking about? I got distracted by the midriff there. Anyway, it's just moving along. So what was the... Oh, I see. Yeah. You know, I've never actually seen the Song of the South. I've only seen like the really racist bits of it, like the racist clip compilations, but yeah. It's pretty racist. It's pretty up there, okay? Isn't that basically the plot to the Minions movie? Shh, don't spoil my inspiration, okay? Anyway, can we... All right. The same with Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney has made significant changes to Pirates of the Caribbean over the years. Whether Disney caved to political pressure or really thought the alterations were necessary is irrelevant. Wait, what changes? The Pirates of the Caribbean ride has been basically the same for a while, hasn't it? It's only like... The movie was based on the ride, but the ride was only been slightly altered to accommodate... Yeah, didn't they just remove the slave women? Is that it? They just made less rape? Is that really it? Like, this guy turns the corner in that dark cave, and he sees the place, and he, like, holds a little locket to his chest and opens it up, and it's, like, a picture of, like, slaves, and he's like, remember what they took from us? Okay. Pirates used to be one of my favorite attractions. Dude, the Pirates ride is still dope, isn't it? I haven't been to Disneyland in a long time. I go to Disneyland in Anaheim, not Disney World in Orlando, but the Pirates ride is pretty dope, you know? I've only been to the Orlando Disney World once. Used to be one of my favorite attractions. My family would always ride it first on our first day at the Magic Kingdom. Cringe. Now, we do not even ride it every trip. When my family rides pirates now, each of the change scenes takes us out of the illusion because they remind us of reality and the politics that force the changes. This guy just maybe doesn't like change? Like, this is so cringy, dude. Like, things changed. I'm mad. Like, there have been plenty of other changes to Disney World, but he only misses the changes that have made it better. Disney World is going to lose us as customers if it continues down this path. Good. I do not want to have Disney World taken away from us because... Wait! You can't have it both ways, dumb fuck. You can't say Disney World is going to lose us as customers and then say Disney World is being taken away from you. It's not being taken away from you. You're walking away from it. What is with this permanent victim mentality, dude? You can't say, if you continue this service, then we're not going to frequent your establishment, and then say they're running away from you? People want these changes. The majority of people want these changes. The average attendee of Disney World is not somebody who will stop riding the Pirates of the Caribbean ride because they took the slave women out. Like, that's not the average Disney goer, okay? This should matter to the people of Orlando, because if Disney drives away customers like me, Orlando loses money. I can take my tourist dollars elsewhere. I'd rather keep spending them in Orlando, but people like me feel more and more excluded by Disney's decisions. The parks are less fun because immersion and thus the joy is taking a backseat to politics. Disney, please return to the values and vision of Walt. The customer experience should be the core of your business model. Immersion should not be sacrificed on the altar of political correctness. Who invented this phrase, by the way? That person should have nothing bad happen to them. And appeasing the Twitter mob? The Twitter mob! Oh my god. The way anti-SJW talking points have seeped... The way anti-SJW talking points have seeped into every facet of conservative discourse is insane to me. The President of the United States was talking about cancel culture, Twitter mobs, and woke altars. And now everyone does it. Everything is because of this now. First of all, let's be real. This guy is never going to stop going to Disney World. This is clearly a deeply sad person who has trouble reconnecting with anything even remotely resembling the fun he had as a child, and he'll bitch about it until his dying day, but he's still going to keep going to Disney World, okay? He is not going to stop going. There's no fucking way anyone who's in this deep is going to stop going, all right? Whatever Disney brainworm has molded its way into his brain is not leaving. Second of all, the fact that this guy hasn't even considered the possibility that removing the overtly racist shit from Disneyland might make other people want to come more means that this person's operating on fridge temp IQ, okay? I don't know how a person... Isn't this guy like a district attorney or something? Didn't somebody in chat say he was a lawyer? Does anyone here know? No, not a DA, but a lawyer. Like, he's some sort of legal expert. Does anyone know? Yeah. Yeah, deputy district attorney. Jesus Christ. No one's surprised the dude who's angry about inclusive Disney policies and doesn't understand why Song of South is political is a deputy district attorney. Yep. Excellent. Fantastic. As always. Anyway, the fact that he hasn't even considered the possibility that tourist dollars would go up because people didn't like the racist shit is pretty wild to me. Yeah, no, this is aggressively stupid. But I think it's really, really good because this article is all you need to debunk itself. The contents of this article are self-evidently incorrect. Even if you're not familiar with all the external outside shit, all you would need to do is take a look at this article on its own. A neutral observer, an alien, could read this article and see the problems with it. The fact that he recognizes that corporations make political decisions for profit and that he didn't disagree with previous political decisions, but now that he disagrees with them, there's some sort of systemic issue going on. The fact that he's incapable of recognizing that changes could potentially bring in tourism. Just, yeah, I guess, I mean, it sounds cringy, but like privilege blinds, I guess. I just can't imagine being this stupid. Christ, deputy district attorney. I will never in my life have that much power over people's lives. Well, actually, never mind. I'm a YouTuber. I'm basically at the apex of society. Sorry, I forgot for a second that I'm not just an ex-college student. Well, still. It's not good, okay? Oh, God. Oh, Christ. Racist theme park ride that was changed in Denmark. Conservative screened here too. It was even called the Hoentot? The what? Okay, I don't know what word you're censoring there, and I don't know how to read the Dutch, but I can see the problem. I'm observing. I'm analyzing. I'm seeing a problem with my eyeballs, okay? I'm engaging in some analysis right now, you know? That is not Dutch. Sure it is. Yes. I think it's German. It doesn't matter. You're all the same. Imagine unironically living in Europe and thinking there's a difference between you guys, okay? Hogan Flamin' Werfen, that's all of you, okay? Stay mad, all right? Well, you're from Ohio then? Sure, fuck it. I'm from Ohio then. Absolutely. We have healthcare, you don't. We have healthcare, they don't. Sorry, I'm privileged upper middle class. Thank you. That's you guys wouldn't understand, okay? Over there in Europe, you know what happens? You make a lot of money. Let's say you're a billionaire, okay? Over in Europe, they make you wait in the poor line for healthcare, okay? You can have a ruptured appendix, and they're like, all right, go now to the back of the line. And they put you, and it's a line that stretches around the entire city, okay? And everyone goes there for everything. Some people have a cold, some people have a broken ankle, and invariably everyone dies in the slow forced march over to the one doctor's office per city. That is what European healthcare is like, okay? Unironically, what conservatives think, yeah. Are there people in chat taking me seriously? Can we please? This is what's wrong with socialism, okay? Oh, guys, do you ever want a really good talking point? You know how conservatives will say shit about waiting lines or waiting lists in Europe? America has waiting lists too. It's called not being able to afford the procedure, okay? If you actually roll in the length of time that Americans spend needing medical care but not getting it because they know they can't afford the procedure, waiting lines in America are significantly longer than they are anywhere in Europe because that gets factored into the waiting time. Really, all a waiting time is a mechanism which forestalls treatment. And as a system, paying for healthcare forestalls treatment far, far more than actual lines do. Does that make sense? Just be rich, I don't see the problem. True! Dutch Christmas. Look, they don't know what racism is in Northern or Eastern Europe, okay? They don't know what it is, all right? They're innocent. They just don't know, okay? It's like when you watch anime. You know when you watch anime and then it's like a power anime, you know, people are fighting around and stuff, and then like the black guy shows up and he's like 8 feet tall and he has big red lips and tiny, tiny eyes, and that just gets treated like normal, you know? Like, he doesn't like act dumb or minstrelly, he's just like that. And this is like every anime, okay? It's just Japan, they just don't know, okay? Black people are a myth to them, all right? So they, you know, they have Asian people and white people, and they only know about us because we colonized them after we dropped bombs on them. And then they have like, you know, unicorns, dryad, black people, you know, like they don't even think racism. They just Naruto has good black people, though. Yeah, it has to. Naruto is like one of the 3 anime that's wildly popular in like amongst American black people. Not entirely sure how that happened. It was Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, and for some fucking reason, I have. Did you guys ever you guys ever seen that that picture? And it's like anime profile pic, personality chart, and then it's like 27 anime. And if you have that, you're a pedophile. But if it's Goku or Naruto, you're a person of color. Yeah. And Japan has a decent amount of dark skin means you're dirty type of racism. Yeah, oh no, yeah, there's plenty of wait, guys, you know I'm doing a bit. Japan is racist as shit. You have any idea how ethnically exclusionary Japanese people are? There are schools that will force their students to dye their hair black because everyone's supposed to have black hair. Can you imagine America forcing all their school children to dye their hair blonde? That's like insane. That's so insane. It's not even like in the that's like it's so out of the ballpark. But in Japan, they just do that. It's just a thing that has happened. Yeah, there are some native Japanese people. Native, I mean, like they're born in Japan that have light brown hair. You know, so you see them more in anime than in real life. Yeah, Japan is super ethnically homogenous, and they're suffering massively high suicide rates, economy stalling. Japan school dye hair black. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize this. This was just this year. Japanese student forced to dye hair black wins and loses in court. I didn't realize there was any litigious action taken afterwards. In a split ruling, a court in Osaka ordered the school to pay some damages for emotional distress, but it said the rule that students' hair must be black did not violate regulations. Wait, what? Wait. How does this legal system work in Japan? Isn't their legal system based off ours? How do you award damages for emotional distress for a rule you say doesn't violate regulations? How does that work? Like, does that mean everyone else who like this is just like a rule that people can just get money for being forced to follow? Only 3,100 in emotional damages when she sought 21,000? But in a statement denounced by student advocates, the judge also ruled the school's enforcement of appearance-related regulations did not run afoul of the law and said there were reasonable grounds to believe the student had naturally black hair. Jesus. Japan is so fucking conservative. It's insane how conservative Japan is. South Korea, too. They're really, really reactionary. Japan follows a code law system, not common law, like the U.S. Yeah, I would have to read a bunch before I could even begin to look into it. You know, yeah. Well, I didn't realize there was any litigious action there. Japanese schools also were busted, literally giving girls worse schools on the government's orders. What? What, dude? They were rigging exam scores to push women's scores down? What the fuck? I guess because women are supposed to be in the home, right? Jesus Christ. You know, it's really funny. Are you guys ready for a black pill? Okay. Oh, God. Are you guys ready for a black pill? Oh, no. Okay. America does a lot of fucked up things, but it's also one of the most socially progressive places on Earth. Unironically. When it comes to the prioritization of social progressivism, racial equality, diversity, that sort of thing, Americans consistently rank significantly higher than even Western Europeans. That's actually true. If you ask Americans, how much do you value diversity? They're way higher up than average Europeans are, okay? Europe is significantly more racist than America is. What about Canada? I don't know Canada's numbers, but you guys are basically just ripping off our game, so... And let me tell you, okay, I'm really, really sorry, but most of the rest of the world is quite a bit more reactionary than America and Europe are. That doesn't mean we shouldn't continue to fix our problems. That's not really a defense of our positions, but yeah. I feel like the U.S. has better averages, but our extremists are worse. You could make that argument. There's a pretty wide range of political opinions in this country. Especially to the far right, you know? Oof, I want to see data. Guys, do any of you have that chart? Somebody linked it in chat just about a week and a half ago. Does anyone have that chart? It was like priorities in Europe and America for like various social issues, you know? Can you go through that stuff? Sure. But guys, how optically good do you think it would make me to like go on a tangent about how America is more progressive than the rest of the world? You know? Is this it? Is this the thing that I was looking at? Twitter? No, that's not what we're looking for. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I was looking at. This is very blackpilling, dude. Holy shit. Americans more likely to say growing diversity makes their country a better place to live. 58% of Americans say that growing diversity makes the country a better place to live. A majority. And 33% says doesn't make a difference. In America, only 7% of the population says that growing diversity makes this place a worse place to live. That means that at maximum, 7% of the population contains all the ethno-nationalism, all the like crazy anti-immigrant shit we see online, like all that stuff, you know? Meanwhile, in Europe, even Sweden here, only 36% say it makes it better, 26% say it makes it worse, and it all goes downhill from there to Greece, where the oh god. It's possible that this is an unusually favorable statistic to Americans, but yeah, just worth keeping in mind. But Vosh, European countries are way better with LGBT. Does anyone have data on that? Do we have any data on that position? I don't think they are. Maybe like Germany, Norway, Sweden, and England. But what about like, there are a lot of European countries who people don't like talking about. You know? Ideological right less likely than left to say diversity makes country better? Well, yeah, obviously. More educated people say diversity makes their country a better place? Yeah, obviously. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I did the TERF thing. I forgot that trans people are in LGBT. Yeah, shh. Hold on. Home for social progress. Here, let's see. Social progress tier. Okay. Cool. By what metrics? See, scorecard? Okay, no, this isn't what we're looking at. This isn't the population's positions. This is about the development of the country, in which there are countries that are significantly better than America when it comes to infrastructure, but I'm looking at the population's opinions on given issues. You know? Here's the study referencing views on gay people. Oh, shit. Which percentage of people say homosexuality should be accepted? This was done in 2020, so it's very recent. Canada. Oh, okay. No, this is correct. It looks like in terms of homosexuality, America is behind Spain, France, Germany, Sweden, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Canada, and Australia. And we're ahead of... Oh, no, we're behind Argentina as well. Anywhere else? Anywhere else? Ooh, just a little bit behind the Philippines. And Italy? Yes. Okay. So in homosexuality, America is behind many of these countries. Though, of course, once we get to Eastern Europe, less so, perhaps. Yeah, Russia's cringe. Poland has been getting cringier by the time. Looks like things are getting cringier out there. Ooh. You know? Rising acceptance of homosexuality by people in many countries around the world over the past 2 decades. Wow. Damn. Rapid development there. Look at that. India went from 15% to 37% acceptance in what looks like about 6 or 7 years. That's incredible. Kenya went from 1% to 14%. Holy shit. How did you even get accurate data with 1% agreeing to begin with? Like, did they just shoot the 1%ers afterwards? Fuck. South Korea's pretty low. South Africa has seen a huge jump in the past couple of years. Japan seems like it's stagnating relatively. Well, no, Japan's in line with US, Mexico, Argentina. Yeah, things are getting better overall. That's nice. What about trans issues? That would be nice to see, I mean. And we have this. Share of people that answered people of another race when asked to pick from groups of people they would not want as neighbors. Okay, so, okay. In America, Canada, Brazil, Sweden, UK, Norway, Australia, so on, 0 to 4.9% said they would not want people of another race as a neighbor, and it only goes downhill from there. India, very racist over here. This is a fairly... I don't know if I like this methodology, though, because only the worst people are going to answer yes to this. Christ. You know? It's India... I can't believe how badly India is doing here. This is like... Christ. Look, they're doing... For Christ's sake, they're doing worse than Saudi Arabia. Oh, okay. Is India racist or because of the caste system? India is racist. For a number of reasons. Yeah, Hindu nationalism probably kicks in here. They just don't want Pakistanis next to them or something. Racist against who? Yeah, there's a lot of wacky shit out there. You know what sub I really like? Two Balkan for you on Reddit. Because there are a bunch of Balkan states being racist against each other. You know? It's like an entirely new kind of racism. It's like racism number 2, you know? I'm used to all the American-centric racism. Every country has their own whole, like, racism bit. You know what I mean? Over in America, we all know. If you watch my shit, you know what American racism tends to look like and manufacture. You know how it is. Over in Europe, it's different. For example, in America, we do not give a fuck about the Romani. Americans don't give a shit about the Romani, okay? Like, none. There's no... It's completely and utterly... past us, you know? But in Europe, Europeans talking about the Romani, they sound like Nazi Germans. They sound like Nazis. Jesus. I've seen this online, too. The way Europeans talk about the Romani. Holy shit. Christ almighty. And then, yeah, you have all the... all the fucking Serbians and Turks and Greeks and Croatians and what have you. North Macedonians arguing with each other. Yeah, that's why the term gypsy isn't even considered a slur in the U.S. There's no animosity towards Romani people. It's just the term that we heard while watching... It's just the term that people heard while watching The Hunchback of Notre Dame, so we just assumed it was fine, you know? It is a slur. It's just not a slur anyone uses in America, so it doesn't... Over here, we don't assume the negative intent. Oh, yeah, and the term get gypped. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even realize. I was like 20 when I realized that that was a bad word. I didn't even know. No one fucking told me, you know? That's a slur? Yeah. Saying you've been gypped is unironically like saying I've been Jewed. Yeah. No, that's real. Yeah. It's basically holds the same kind of... Yeah, no, it's real. Yeah. Seriously. There are people in chat who are spelling it Jipped. You're spelling it the way Americans spell it because it's been divorced from its roots. But nope. The actual word is Gypped. To cheat or swindle somebody. See? You're using a slur that's been so removed from its roots that it's not even spelled that same way anymore, you know? Isn't that wild? In a better world, that would be a cool thing. It's from Gypsies, Not Jews? Yeah, I said that, yeah. You know? Is it still bad as a slur this far removed from its origins? Well, that's the thing. From an American to an American, using the word gypped, I legitimately don't think it carries any racialized connotation outside of the etymological sense. The problem is that Romani people still exist, so the normalization of that terminology will embolden people who do use it in a racially agitative sense, you know? So, like, you can use, like, two American car dealers can be like, yeehaw, howdy, howdy, you get me a car, you're gonna swindle me, woo-hee! But then, like, that's fun. Like, they're not even thinking of Romani people. There's nothing racial going on in their heads, except for their permanent and ongoing hatred of black people because they're American car dealers. And, but then, like, say a Serbian or a Croatian walks onto their car lot and says, yes, hello, I'd like to purchase car. Please make sure you're not gypped with your prices. And you know, the American car dealer goes, yeah, howdy, howdy. But you know, the language there, there's the different meanings and the. Okay, look, we're too far in on this bit. Just stop. That's all right. Yes, I don't know what Croatians sound like. Just stop. Okay. Okay. It's just get me out of here. Okay. Get me out of here. The story is Americans are dumb fucks. Actually, in this case, the Americans are the good guys here. The Americans are the people who don't hold the racial animosity, so the term is just something they hear passed through, to the point where it's not even spelled the same way. The bad guys here are the Europeans, who are the ones who actually do use racial animus when they do that. So, yeah, no, in this case, we're the good guys, okay? I was literally taught the Romani were people who married their cousins in school. Yeah, well, there you go. Hold on. They sound like Zizek. Isn't Zizek Slovenian? Wait. Isn't that? Yeah, Slovenian philosopher. There we go. Wait, we were linked here. Global attitudes towards trans people. Last one we're going to look at, okay? No chart, just words. Words! Majority want their country to do more to protect for trans people. Use the correct pronouns in English-speaking countries. More tolerant of trans people. What about America? United States, 51%. Dude, is Spain some sort of, like, queer heaven or something? Every time I see information on Spain with regards to trans or gay people, it seems like they're so far beyond the curve. Which is weird, because when I think of Spain, I think of, like, toxic masculinity. Whenever I think of Spain, I think of, like, swaggering straight people with unbuttoned polo shirts walking around with their hairy chests popping out, you know? I know they're all supposed to be flamboyant. Look, all I know about Spain, the only thing I know about Spain is that one guy, that one character from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is the only thing that I know about Spain. Don Flamingo. Okay? This is the only one I know. Flamenco. This is the only thing I know about your entire country, okay? How many people live in Spain? Spain population. About 47 million. This is all of you, okay? Punch-Out stream win? Punch-Out was really fun. The Wii remake of Punch-Out was pretty fun. I remember having a lot of fun with that game. There aren't very many, like, popular boss rush style games, you know? If Punch-Out was made for the first time today, it would be like a fucking gotcha mobile game where you fight, like, boxers in your sleep, and you, like, set your boxer to train on the punching bag or, like, the weight machine, like, overnight, you know? And then, like, every once in a while you save up for a boss fight that auto-plays, and you just choose which items to use at which moments. That would be if Punch-Out was made today. But the Punch-Out remake they made back, like, 2007, 2008, whenever it was pretty much accurate to the original, you know? It's a boss rush where you just... Every boss is a puzzle and a reaction test, and you do that. What about games like Fury? Well, Fury's like a 10 out of 10 game, so, you know. Dude, Fury is so fucking good. You know what's great about Fury? That I can show it on stream? Because it's gameplay. Looks like a goddamn anime game. Look at this shit. What's even going on? Oh my god. Hey, fuck off. We're looking at anime. Red cape guys are, dude. Look at this shit. You play this shit. Look at this. Oh, it's so good. Is this on Switch? Hold on. Fury Switch. Okay, this guy's playing this shit. Yeah, Fury is on Nintendo Switch. This is the very first fight, too, yeah. Loser.
You think you're stronger than me?
It's so fucking good. So good. All right, sorry, we're done. Having beaten on Fury or just saying he's playing bad is just wrong. Anyone who gets hit in any game is playing bad compared to me. Anyone who has seen my Bloodborne playthrough will know that I have the gaming chops needed to say everyone else sucks at video games, okay? Just hoping that most of you haven't actually seen the Bloodborne playthrough. Okay, let's read some donations. This has been an incredibly rambly stream. Do a full hit, no Bloodborne run. Hey, guys, should we play Furier? Or Fury, I mean. Should we play Fury? After we're done with Outer Wilds, we can oscillate a little bit. We have, like, our exploration game, then we have... Because I played Fury a little bit, like, a long time ago on stream, but that was back when I had my laptop to stream with, and my game couldn't handle it. But now I have this computer, so... Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll have to do it all from the beginning. Fury, then Furia. We'll go all the way through it, you know? Play Celeste? I can't play Celeste all over again on stream. I thought you said Bayonetta was next. I have never said Bayonetta is next. People keep donating asking that. Illa Devine, thanks the 2 $5 donations. This reminds me of a time I worked with a teacher from Eastern Europe who didn't know calling the black kids little monkeys was racist. For the record, she called all the kids little monkeys. I had to explain to her why she shouldn't do that with black kids. Yeah, that sucks, but it really is just a cultural... It really is just like a cultural ignorance, you know? Well, yeah. I had something like that happen to me as well once. I'm not elaborating. Thank you. Lucas Exemplar Based Dog Blue and Daniel Stefan Bear, thank you for the $5 all. I really, really appreciate that. What's your favorite topic to discuss? I really like talking about immigration. Anyone who prefers Mickey Mouse over Donald Duck is a dull normie. Who likes Mickey Mouse as a character? Mickey Mouse isn't even a fucking character. Mickey Mouse is a mascot, an icon, okay? Who the fuck who likes Mickey Mouse? Jojo Mojo, Juan Cafe, and Nickname, thank you for the $5 all. I really, really appreciate that. The only American public figure I've ever heard that fearmongered about Romani people was Tucker Carlson. Really? I didn't know about that. That's pretty on brand. Mexiball Nation, thanks the very kind $10. Play Subnautica. I've played Subnautica myself. The game kind of loses its luster when you've already played it. However, I haven't played or spoiled myself on Sub-Zero, or Below Zero. So once that's released, I can play that. Epic Fail and Narluma, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. No Democracy 4 playthrough, comrade, but I still have to talk to their devs. King Frying Pan and Jules Xier, thank you for the tier 1 subs. Christian Wimmaboy, thank you for the $10. Do you think you will touch on the student that was murdered by cop in Knoxville, Tennessee? They've been shady handling it. I haven't even heard of that, so I can give it a look. Oh, God. There's something that I need to say. I'm going to lose subs saying this, but I don't care. Can we please please not make the shooting of that 16-year-old girl the hinge of our next big civil rights anti-cop push. Please, God, all you have to do is wait 24 hours and there will be a way worse police shooting. Please, 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 please. Just oh my God, please. Just wait for the next one. Wait for another one. Not for this one, okay? It won't take long for another bad one to happen. Why not her? Man, the whole situation is really sad, but dude, she was trying to stab somebody to death when the cop arrived. I'm not saying it's not unfortunate, but the cop literally arrived at the scene of an ongoing attempted murder. When you're trying to stab somebody, all it takes is a quarter second to stab into a throat, or an eye, or an aortal artery, or any critical point on your body, and you're dead. Why are we wait, I'm sorry, does anyone disagree with this? Look, all I'm saying, why didn't the cop yell at her to drop the knife? She was in the middle of swinging it. It wasn't... Didn't the cop say, like, get down several times? What did the cop say? Hold on. Vashi could have tasered her and said, when you're... Okay, I need to be really clear about this, okay? If the cops roll up on a scene and somebody's trying to stab me to death, and the cop hesitates or tries to tase instead of pulling out the gun, all right? I'm going to be mad at that cop if I get hurt. I want to be really clear about that, okay? I'm sorry. If there is ever a point in time where cops have a right to draw quickly, it's during the scene of an ongoing attempted murder, okay? I've seen so many cringe lefties on social media going like, I would have disarmed her. Like, why do you think tasers exist, Vosh? It's literally to stop people. Tasers are not a reliable way of stopping a person, and also they don't instantaneously drop a person, okay? If you tase a person who's literally mid-stab gesture, it's not as reliable. They're in the middle of an ongoing attempted murder. This is a legitimate time to draw a firearm, okay? Tasers don't work like that. They're not like instant drop buttons. It's not like a stun spell on social, like in D&D. It doesn't... Bullets aren't either, though. Bullets are a hell of a lot more reliable in immediately getting a person to stop what they're doing than tasers are, okay? Tasers are generally not used for deadly situations, all right? Any civilian has a right to use lethal force to prevent another person from being murdered. Wait, she was about to stab someone? Just a second. I'm not saying this isn't tragic. I wish things had happened differently. However, this is not the point that we need. This is not the police death that we should make the pivotal component of our next push. Oh, God. Hold on, let me make sure this one cuts off before the actual shooting. Is Pigeon in here? No? Is Pigeon missing? Hold on, we're gonna search for a cat, chat. Chat, make sure to donate to keep the energy alive. Talk with each other, just hold on. Found her. Hiding under my dresser like some sort of fucking idiot. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me just... Okay, this is shit body cam footage. Why? Can we get... the proper body cam footage? Is this it? I think this is it. Okay, here. This has audio of the gunshots, but it doesn't actually show the gunshots, okay? It's just a couple of seconds. If you feel like... shut up. If you feel like talking about this, you should at least see the body cam footage, okay? Wouldn't the footage break Twitch TOS? No, not if it cuts out in time. Any cop who can't disarm a 16-year-old is a disgrace. I'm just pre-banning you. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. I can't deal with all the fucking kung fu warriors in chat. Wait, what is it? Wait, what? This wasn't the video I was looking at. What? Why did it skip to a separate video? Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry, hold on. I had the page open. Okay, here we go. Jesus. Okay. It cuts out before anything's shown. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't have sound playing.
What's going on? What's going on? Hey, get down! Get down! Get down!
So, he says get down like 16 times. The actual attempted murder that he stopped was this... Why is the video player here so fucking bad? Is this girl in the black top and blue jeans charged at the girl in all pink and pinned her against the car and then started to attempt to stab her. Like, he stopped a murder. Yeah, like, he literally came in here and stopped an attempted murder. If you were a civilian and you walked onto the situation and you had a firearm, you would be justified in killing that girl too. Yeah. Like, this is just not it. Yeah, he saved a life, potentially. See, the cam doesn't show it great, but she charges at the girl in pink and pins her against the car. I saw that in a different footage. I don't know why it's not shown in this one, but yeah. Look, this isn't about gloating, okay? This isn't about like, oh, she deserved it. We're not taking a conservative perspective on this. The only point we're insistent on making here is that it is insane to try and... Oh, here we go. Wait, there's a section of this that shows more. Hold on. Why does it change the... Okay. This is different body cam footage. He's holding the gun out. See, the girl with the black top and the blue jeans charges the person in pink against the car. There's the knife. There's the knife in murder position right here. If this person's holding a knife at this distance and swings forward, you could kill a person in an instant. Right there. She pulls it up to stab, and she's shot. Yeah, again, it's not like this isn't trap. I'm just saying, like, this is... It makes lefties look fucking crazy. Yeah, it makes lefties look completely crazy when we're seeing this video, and we're like, the cops should have just kung fu'd the gun away. Like, okay, the cops carry guns for a reason. It was literally an attempted murder. I donated. Why didn't it show? I don't know. Hopefully it'll show up shortly. I still have donos to read. Was there a risk of hitting the other girl at that distance? There's always a risk, but it looks like the cop was accurate. Shots being fired. Vosh, what happened to I don't care what the person is doing, police is not the executors? If you actually listened to a moment of what I said, I've said, I don't care what the person's doing, the cops are not executioners unless there is some immediate reason they need to kill. Every time I've said that, I've followed it up with, unless there's some immediate reason. Holy shit. I can't believe you. Do you people understand anything, or do you just have conclusions that you hold in your heads and completely divorced from evidence? Fuck. Vosh, I'm gonna unironically make the he should have shot in the leg debate. Nobody ever shoots for the leg ever, okay? This is not an anime. Nobody shoots for the legs. Nobody does it, okay? Absolutely nobody leg shoots. Just doesn't happen. Nobody should ever do a leg shoot, okay? It doesn't work. It's not a tactic that will procure good situations. Also, that can still kill you. You're what is it? The femoral artery right here? That's one of the fastest ways to bleed out. Yeah. Cop said get down multiple times, and he only fired when the person who was being victimized was possibly within a quarter second of being killed. Yeah, also, can you guys imagine the optics if the cop had fucked up and not shot? I just want you guys to imagine, okay? The cop rolls in a situation where he has every legal justification to shoot. He doesn't shoot. Okay? And the girl gets killed because of it. You know what that's going to turn into? A media cyclone. The cop was afraid to fire because Black Lives Matter activists would have attacked him. The fact that one of the people in that incident was black does not change the fact that cops have a responsibility to defend the innocent. A little girl died because of the political propaganda of Black Lives Matter. It would have been for months. I don't know what kind of torment you people realize you've avoided. What about this shooting? We're not rating shootings on a fucking 5-star scale, okay? I'm just talking about this one. Yeah. Please make this a segment. I can't. I get too much in. Nobody's gonna listen. Anytime I say something the broader left disagrees with. Can we talk about something less depressing now? Yeah, my donations. Pay me. Shouldn't we wait for more information if she was actually defending her grandma? No, it doesn't matter. Even if it doesn't matter if you're defending somebody, if a cop rolls up in a situation, you have a weapon, they don't, and you're attacking them, they're not attacking you. It does not matter what you're defending. It doesn't matter even slightly. The girl she tackled did not have a lethal weapon. There was no justification for her using a lethal weapon on her. Unless, like, the girl in the pink actually had, like, a knife or a gun that she had recently procured or something, then maybe. But, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. This is such a terrible... Oh, no. This is such a terrible argument, Wash. The fact that cop used deadly force rather than literally anything else is fucked. Cops in the UK and other people disarm countries wielding knives every day. If you were in the UK and that was the situation you rolled up on, the UK cop should have shot too, okay? Just because you can disarm people wielding knives does not mean that you can stop a murder from happening when there's a person 15 feet in front of you stabbing a person with their back facing you, okay? Not every disarmament situation is the same as every other disarmament situation, okay? Yeah, people in chat unironically have cop derangement syndromes. Jesus Christ. I've seen a video. It's possible to disarm a knife. Yeah? What about when they're 15 feet away from you, facing away from you, and they're about a quarter second from stabbing somebody else, okay? Hassan agrees with your take in the chat. Shout on him too. I just think some chatters are delusional. You people are a fucking plague on the left. I hope you understand that. I don't fucking care if you unsubscribe. Nothing for you don't understand anything. You don't believe anything. All you do is have a set of an end goal, an end point that you just want to sit at forever. How you get there, the logic, the reasoning, the arguments, the justifications, none of that matters to you. You just sit there squatting with your arms folded, waiting for reality to ecliptically align with you, okay? So that you can finally feel justified in your position. All right? The arguments are what matter. The reasoning is what matters, okay? And if you think that cops overact and are too aggressive, violent, they escalate, that isn't what happened here. Not only did the cop act within the framework of his training, not only did he potentially prevent a murder, he also warned 4 times the person he was about to shoot, and she, after the warning, tackled the girl in pink, okay? That cop acted exactly, textbook, as you're supposed to act. He fired, he disabled the target who was about to commit a murder, and he didn't hit anyone else, all right? That cop did good. That cop shouldn't be celebrated, shouldn't be condemned. We should recognize this for what it was, a tragedy. It was a tragedy, okay? I'm sure that that 16-year-old who died was under a lot of emotional duress, and she acted in ways that were unbecoming of her traditional behavior, okay? I don't believe she runs around stabbing people 24/7, okay? I'm sure things could have happened better, but we're not talking about the ideal world. We're talking about right now, today, and that cop's behavior. And that cop acted fine. Okay? And if any of you disagree with that, then you're kind of giving the game away. That you never actually cared about cops misbehaving. You just don't like cops aesthetically. That even if cops do good or justified things, you still dislike it. And that makes all of your arguments fall to shit. Why would anyone ever take an ACAB type's argument seriously if they can't tell between justified and unjustified police actions? All your arguments fall to shit. Like, there's no point. Like, why? Like, why would anyone listen to you? You don't actually care whether the action was justified. You just dislike cops. And that's it. That's where your brain begins and ends. All right, are we good? I'm sorry. I know the people I was shouting at were an extreme minority in the community, and I'm not trying to be super mean to all the other people here. But I think it's important to crack back on this stuff because it makes the left look really, really bad. And frankly, by the way, I think it's really disrespectful to George Floyd. I'll take the idpull argument. There were people saying this was the next George Floyd on social media. LeBron James got like 300,000 likes on a quote tweet saying that that cop, the cop who dropped that 16-year-old, is going to be next. That's pretty fucked up. George Floyd was murdered. He had a knee on his neck for 9 minutes. He was asphyxiated, okay? There was nothing justifying his murder. But then this girl was killed because she was trying to kill someone else. And that's the same? What is that? Does that mean George Floyd was in the process of attempting to murder somebody else? Did I miss that? Did I miss that in the body cam footage? Ridiculous. And it makes us look bad, and it's disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But it gets a lot of likes on Twitter, so, you know. All right. Let's read it, okay? Luis, Maria, and Akatetris, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. The empathy gap is really apparent in this chat right now. I'm not sure who that's aimed at. Pretty Wesker with the $5. Why didn't he simply perform a crouching low kick plus standing low punch plus high punch plus forward down forward punch Shoryuken combo? True! Why didn't he skid his car forward onto the street and peel it in a way to block the girl in the pink so that he could disable? What he would do then is he would, at 3 miles per hour, hit the back of his car against the woman with the knife and then pop the lid in his trunk, hitting her on the underside of the chin and non-lethally disabling her. Like, you know? Why didn't he shoot the knife out of her hand? I saw that on Twitter, unironically. Why didn't he shoot the knife out of her hand? I saw that with my eyes. You saw that too? Yeah. With my human eyeballs, I was forced to see that. When she took a step forward onto the grass, what he should have done was drop low and fire into the ground. The bullet would have tunneled an air tunnel out into the grass, which would have destabilized her footing, leading her to slip. He could have then flipped into a roll and caught her, using his left hand to take the knife out of her hand, the right hand to gently cradle her head so she didn't hurt herself, landing on the grass. Yeah, the fucking VATS system. Oh god, what Fallout does to a motherfucker. Couldn't a taser work? No. Hey guys, if you ever want to... Okay. Is this a hard take? This is a hard take that I'm about to give. If you guys want to give the taser critique, you should go get yourself tased, okay? Unless you have heart problems, that's what you should do, okay? You can buy a taser, or you have a friend who has a taser, you should have yourself tased, okay? Shirtless, no alcohol in your system, no pre-existing health problems, and make sure you're tased in the arm, okay? You want to learn? You fucking learn, okay? All right, just in case you're wondering, all right? Tasers, especially police tasers, you don't just hit a person with it. You fire and wait! Everything that I just said was a joke. I am not medically liable for anything that you do to yourselves. Everything that I just said was a complete joke. It was all in Minecraft. You should get the Minecraft taser mod where you can use it to tase creepers and zombies and lead them to your base in a disabled state, okay? Okay. In Roblox! Sorry, the feds are onto me. In all seriousness, if you've ever been tased, it's very debilitating. However, they're not like instant drops, okay? If you're shot with a taser, so the way police tasers work is they have these little prongs that latch into you. They're supposed to go through your clothing, they latch into you, and they electrically shock you, okay? However, they don't always work properly. Guys, what's the failure rate on police tasers? It's not like high, but it's, you know, it's like not a perfect. Yeah, the failure rate's pretty high. Sometimes the prongs don't attach perfectly. Sometimes the electric charge just does not disable a person. Seriously. You can be tased, and you can knock the shit out of the person who just tased you. Also, police tasers fire at a distance. The tasers that you hold in your hand, the big heavier ones, you can drive into them and keep it there for a while. There's a difference in their respective efficiency. Let me see. Report, tasers fail 40% of the time, sometimes with fatal consequences. Yeah. Have I been tased? Pussy alert. No, I haven't been tased. However, I was friends with a cop back in high school, one of the good ones, and you have to be tased as a cop. It's part of your training. So I would talk with them about it, and they shared with me a lot of information. Yeah. That'd be good content, by the way. I bet. Direct hit from a taser not working. Yeah, hold on. Wait, is this from actual police footage? This is a little macabre, don't you think? It's got 13 million views, so we're probably not going to see. Okay, hold on.
I'll get you, bitch.
What?
I'll get you, bitch.
Yeah. What a fucking Chad, dude. Holy shit. What an absolute fucking Chad. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Look, whatever. The point that I'm getting at here is that tasers aren't a reliable way of dealing with situations that immediate. Whereas bullets, while bullets will not immediately stop a person reliably, depending on how accurate you are, bullets always do the thing they're supposed to do, which is they put a hole in one side of you and then make it a hole in the other side of you. They always do that. Sometimes tasers, like the prongs, don't connect properly, and sometimes the randomness of the electrical current just doesn't connect. Yeah. They don't always make the second hole. No, they don't always make the second hole. But they only need to make the first one. Yeah. Yeah, I think that guy that got tased there was a bad person, by the way. Why did he have to shoot her 4 times, Vosh? Because when you're shooting a person, you're already accepting their death, okay? If you shoot, nobody shoots to disable. This is not James Bond. This is not Fallout, okay? If a cop or a civilian or anybody is shooting at another person, it is because their life is now forfeit. You never shoot expecting a person to live. You shoot once, you might as well shoot twice. That's what you do. That is the job, you know? You think they should make cops get shot during training? Aren't cops given bulletproof vests to be shot in? Right? Wait, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that when you're yeah. In Italy, yes? Okay, yeah. Because cops tend to wear bulletproof vests. Couldn't the cops use rubber bullets, maybe? Rubber bullets are used for riots. Rubber bullets disable people less reliably than tasers do. Also, rubber bullets won't disable a person from behind. Getting shot from behind with a rubber bullet is very unlikely to stop you when you're a quarter second away from gutting a person. Also, a cop only has like so many weapons on them. Like We have the taser, we have the stick taser, we have the baton, we have the gun, we have the other gun, we have the rubber bullet gun, we have the rubber bullet pellet launcher. We got the, there's a limit to how many tools you can carry around at the moment. Yeah, this isn't COD, you know? This is... Yeah. On rubber bullets, pretty much only for authoritarians trying to restrict human rights. Well, they're good for riot control, I think. I think that rubber bullets, if there were way more Capitol Police at the Capitol back on January 6th, then rubber bullets probably would have been an effective dispersal tool. Probably the reason why they didn't do it was because there were so few Capitol Police compared to the rioters. Bosch, I think you're right, but I think a more productive discussion might be why people from marginalized communities feel on edge or defensive every time cops kill people. Yeah, I agree. That's a good conversation to have. However, that's a completely different conversation. The only conversation that I was interested in having with regard to this specific incident was that the cop wasn't acting in a way that justified some kind of civil rights retribution. But yeah, of course. People tend to be jumpy as hell around cops. Hell, I think these days, even a lot of white people are, you know? Can we at least get police to stop using hollow point rounds? Aren't hollow point rounds used pretty much by everyone? Wait, hold on. If you're, like I said, if you're shooting a person, you're trying to kill them. Hollow point rounds assist in that process. Oh, I see. Despite the widespread ban on military use, hollow point bullets are one of the most common types of bullets used by civilians and police, which is due largely to the reduced risk of bystanders being hit by over-penetrating or ricocheted bullets and the increased speed of capacitation. So they don't over-penetrate, which makes them safer, and they're more likely to incapacitate, which makes them more effective. I thought the bullet you wouldn't want to use are Full Metal Jacket bullets because they have a higher penetration rating. Is that correct? We want the bullet to stop in the person, and we want them to stop them as quickly as possible. Yeah. Now, the military doesn't use hollow point bullets. Let me see why. Why are hollow point rounds banned in military use? I see. Okay, this makes sense to me. So the reason why they're banned in military use is because there's a general understanding in fair war that if a person survives a shot, they should be able to survive the war. If you shoot a person with a bullet in a military situation, that person is incapacitated. If a person catches a rifle round from 2,000 yards away or whatever, 2,000 yards probably a little far, from 2,000 feet away, they're done. They're done. If you get hit, you're hit. You know. However, hollow point rounds, the way they work is they spread shrapnel within the body, making them incredibly difficult to medically remove, whereas Full Metal Jacket rounds do not. They keep a solid bullet, meaning that either way, a person who's shot is disabled in a military situation, but that person should be able to live if a doctor gets to them. A medic should be able to allow them to heal, you know? Full Metal Jackets are more likely to kill innocent people because shots will go through a person, which makes sense for cop and civilian use. However, in military use, military zones are usually, at least they should be, only occupied by soldiers, in which case you're not so much concerned with overpenetration, you're concerned with survivability after the fact. What about tank shells? I don't think that tank shells have much in the way of restrictions on shrapnel production because I don't know if I don't know how well a medic would be able to patch it up either way, you know? Plus, a wounded enemy requires help effectively taking out multiple enemies. Yeah, wasn't there a story of some old and cruel emperor who did that? When he took a city, or when he beat back an opposing army, he captured as many of them as he could, and he blinded 10,000 men, and then he had them led by a collection of men who were only blinded in one eye, and they were led back to their city because he knew that those 10,000 men would be useless to their civilization now. They would have to be taken care of, which takes up an enormous amount of resources of that civilization. You want as many enemy wounded soldiers as possible because a wounded soldier isn't just a zero. A wounded soldier isn't just a zero. A wounded soldier is a negative. They take resources from medics and from personnel, from chefs, from logistics officers. Wasn't that Khan? It's possible multiple groups did this. Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, stop. Sorry, we're getting really sidetracked. It's the Battle of Clydion. I mean, it's genius militarily, like tactics-wise. It's excellent. Prisoners. Sky Litsis records that Basil completely routed the Bulgarian army, took 15,000 prisoners. Modern historians claim these numbers are exaggerated, maybe 8,000 or so. He divided the prisoners into groups of 100 men, blinded 99 men in each group, and left one man in each with one eye so he could lead the others home. Very cruel. Effective, no doubt, but maybe illegal. Today, this would be illegal. That would count as the torture and mutilation of prisoners of war. That would be against the Geneva. That would be a war crime. Yes, that would be a war crime. That'd be a big war crime. Okay. True ass whip. Yeah. Oh yeah, the other reason why hollow points aren't used as much in military situations is because pretty much everyone is wearing some kind of armor, right? Soldiers typically have bulletproof vests, right? Hollow point is way less likely to go through a vest than a full metal jacket round is. A hollow point would just crash against the armor and splinter. A full metal jacket's more likely to maintain its shape and penetrate the armor. Right? I think so. I'm not a soldier or a cop. It makes sense to me. Okay! Samson, Chudchub, and Dax Alvarez, thank you for the $5. Oh, really appreciate that. Imagine unironically thinking that someone can accurately shoot a knife out of someone's hand or distress like that? Yes, seriously. What the fuck is this take, Vosh? If this was the UK, she would have gotten stunned. Would you rather have had our police, the UK police? Dax Alvarez, your head is empty. Stop, okay? The UK police in general may be better, but in this instance, a firearm was probably the most justified and useful tool in this situation, okay? If the cop had only had a taser, I think the woman in pink would be dead. And that would be bad. H.M. Tomasin, thank you for the incredibly kind $20. To people in chat, there are literally people who just got tased and kept walking along. It's really tragic to be realistic, guys. Have some nuance. Yeah. Samson, Sean Sadboy, and Stephen Thompson, thank you for the $5 all. Really, really appreciate that. Your thoughts on rubber bullets? I mean, they hurt, right? I've seen journalists... Uh-oh. Am I canceled on Twitter? Let's find out. This is the most insensitive and callous way to frame an otherwise non-controversial opinion. Jesus Christ, why would you say it like that? Did I talk about this in an insensitive way? Didn't I keep saying over and over again, this was a tragedy, this shouldn't have happened, it's unfortunate, however, this was the justified use of force? Oh, God. There's something that I need to say. I'm going to lose subs saying this, but I don't care. Can we please not make the shooting of that 16-year-old girl the hinge of our next big civil rights anti-cop push? Is this insensitive and callous? Is this even something that I need to have the optics of? Please, God, all you have to do is wait 24 hours and there will be a way worse police shooting. True! There's nothing wrong with this. That's true. I'm sorry. That's true. True and true-pilled. Look at their bio. They have a pig crew avatar. I don't need to look at their bio. Okay. Is there any... What's wrong with phrasing it that way? Wait. The only... Oh, wait. Here we go. Somebody's explaining what's wrong with it. Not gonna lie, I don't see the issue with this. Guys, just wait a day or two for another black person to be murdered by the police. Do you not see a problem with casually regarding police brutality? It's nothing more than a rhetorical tool, dude. Wait! You've got it mixed up. I'm not the one saying it's a rhetorical tool. I'm saying other people are using it as them. How is this the casual... Wait, what? My point is that other people are using this as a rhetorical tool, and I'm saying not to. I'm taking this person's side. I'm saying don't use this as a rhetorical tool. It's not effective and it's insensitive. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. People have funny opinions about me, okay? Tyler Lewis, Chub, and Kyo Low, thank you for the $5 all. I think it's very telling that the body cam footage was made available so quickly. Why can't they do that more, I wonder? Yeah, they made it available quickly this time because, A, right after the Chauvin trial, they knew they would need to do some optics. They would need to pour some water on the optics. And second of all, there's nothing there that isn't defensible. The body cam footage completely exonerates the cop. That cop is on paid leave right now, but that cop will be right back on the force, continuing to do their job shortly. There's no other way this is going to happen. Illa Devine, thank you for the very kind tier 4 sub. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, comrade. Also, I heard that girl was defending herself. It's totally possible. I'm only talking about the legitimacy of the cop's behavior. Dax Alvarez, Osa-Raddy21, and Johnny Carrots, the $5 all. Your threshold for what is justified use of force has been dragged to the right by our culture. You're desensitized to our state. Dax Alvarez, unironically, fucking log off, okay? And stop being a leftist. You're looking at body cam footage of an attempted murder where a quarter of a second could be the difference between life or death. And you're looking at that and saying that's not a justified use of force, okay? You're insane. You clearly just have a hate boner for cops. And I don't base my political prescriptions based on irrational emotional outbursts, okay? Jesus Christ. What is more justified than that? God almighty. I think one shot could have been better than 4. When you shoot, it's to kill. 4 shots kills more than 1 shot. I see nothing but bad takes to the left. You and Hassan are the only reasonable ones with reasonable takes. Keep in mind when you see dumb fucks in chat, they're really just like 1% of the community. They're just the loudest ones because they're mad, you know. Did I see Caitlyn Jenner is running for California governor? Yeah, we'll be covering that later, epic fail. Dax Tavares, smile at the camera, and Nima74, debate me, you'll prove me wrong if your point is so salient. Dax, I'm not debating you. Holy shit, go outside. Jesus. Soviet Ball, thank you for the $5. Yes, tasers and rubber bullets can kill as well. Hassan has said they're trained to dump the full mag when they're shooting. There's no shooting to maim. Yeah, why would you ever want 1 bullet? If you shoot, it's to kill. 4 bullets do more kill than 1 bullet. That's more bullets, the more kill. That's it. That's the more additional bullets leads to additional kill. There's no reason to not. I think looking at solutions is much more productive. What about a second firearm filled with rubber bullets for just these situations? Rubber bullets wouldn't have fixed that situation. She was about to kill somebody. It's not. All right, here's the new rule. Anyone who says that shit in the future, you're banned until you can provide me proof of certification that you have gone to a local police station or to a local self-defense course, and you have been A, tased, and B, shot with a rubber bullet, okay? Your unban is contingent upon your participation in these courses, all right? I want to see you coming back with evidence. I want to see pictures, okay, of you being tased. And then you will get to speak on this, all right? El Carnito Loco, thank you for the $5. Is it a bad idea that BLM gets shouted at just about every police shooting? Yeah, it's super bad, like optically and politically. People have no fucking idea, no clue. It's okay, Mr. Kasuma, I love you. They have no fucking idea what's bad about cops, so people just don't like the cops themselves. If you dislike the fact that cops protect capital, great, maybe you have a problem with the institution of the police. But hey, guys, in a socialist utopia, if I'm getting stabbed to death and a cop rolls up, or a community civic police defense person or whatever, or a local socialist people's comrade of the people's self-defense guy rolls up, I want that fucker to shoot the person stabbing me with bullets, okay? With metal bullets, okay? Because I'm about to fucking die. My throat's about to be cut by somebody fucking stabbing me. I want them to show up with bullets, and I want them to empty the mag into the person stabbing me. Doesn't matter. This isn't a cop thing, okay? It was just a situation where the use of force was justified. She could have died. I think your overall take was right, but I have absolutely lost faith in your ability for introspection if you can't realize how you opened up the topic with shit and insensitive. I think you're just kind of a pussy, to be honest. If you think the opening into this segment was some, like, you're gonna, like, pearl clutch over it, then, like, you either are allergic to even slightly macabre humor, or you inferred a lot of really stupid things from my statement that weren't actually being presented there. The most you can interpret from my statement is that I was being a little blasé about the fact that police shoot black people, which is, by the way, a progressive statement. If the joke is it'll only be 24 hours before the cops do another and worse shooting, isn't the argument that I'm making is that this happens too often? The argument I'm making is fundamentally progressive here. I don't know. God help me. All right. You're right. It's time. We're activating our chakras. We no longer see the dumb fucks in chat. Inquisitor Peleus, Kiliz, Mindforge Manacles, and Michael III, thank you all so much for the incredibly kind $5. I really appreciate those, comrade. Belohino, Prini Wesker, thank you for the $5 both. Would you admit historically that white people / the police don't have that much room for automatic benefit of the doubt? That white people... Wait, what? Why did you say white people / the police? What? One of them is a race. One of them is an institution. Why are we wrapping those up together? I don't know what you mean exactly. Trunk Nihilism, thanks to the tier 2 sub. Ocean Walker with the tier 1 sub. Why didn't he just use an electromagnet to zap the... to zap the knife out of her hand. Dax Alvarez, Big Bird 3420, and Smile at the Camera, thank you for the $5 all. Really appreciate that. Hannibal, thank you for the $5. I can give that video a look. Lacey Sneaky Wikiki with a very kind $5. Bosch, go away so I can tell chat about Argentina's progressive stance on trans rights. Yes, I've heard Argentina is pretty progressive when it comes to that stuff, which is, you know, super nice. Sweden Training, thank you for the very kind $10. For your rant about the cop acted exactly as one should in that situation. The cop acted like a good guy with a gun. Yeah. I unironically think that if this wasn't a cop and it was just a random civilian who concealed carried, lefties wouldn't have a problem with it. If it was a, oh god, ooh, you know what would happen? If instead of a cop, it was a black guy concealed carried, like a Black Panther Party type, like politically motivated, carries a gun on him at all times, and he fired at the person wielding the knife, lefties wouldn't have any problem with it. Nothing about the actual logistics of the situation is making people mad. It's only the fact that it's a white cop. Oh, true. Casey Marlowe, Stephen Fair, and Epic Fail 424, thank you for the $5 all. I'm okay with cops having their guns taken away and being given swords. It wouldn't be very practical, but it would probably be better, just, you know, holistically. Nunxian and the Magical Socialist, thank you for the $10 both. I really, really appreciate that, comrade. Taser the perp and she's detained, but the girl in pink is dead. Who should have died, chat? Yeah, I'd rather the perpetrator die personally. It's my personal opinion. My bias. Tom Pierce 58, Gage Bergman, and Hakai Master, thank you for the $5 all. Really appreciate that. Do I think Mike from PA versus Sargon, who would win? I think Sargon would take Mike from PA to town, frankly. A poor response time and not signaling police presence also contributed to her dying. Well, excuse me. The cop signaled his presence immediately. But I agree that poor response time does lead to much, much worse situations and conditions like this, yeah. The faster cops respond, the easier it is to get, you know, solve these problems non-violently, I think. Gina Sketchbook, thank you for the $5. Bosh, am I crazy, or are all your cancellations just you taken out of context and very slightly off optics? Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty dumb. But that's okay. Gets me a lot of free advertisement. Well, let me see. We go to Google Trends. Hello. You need to take that trash out. Bring in pigeon? Yeah, sure. This is the power of being canceled, people. If you take a look at, like, Google searches, I'm actually significantly higher than ContraPoints. Red Contra, myself, blue. And 98% of those Google searches are people looking up bad faith out of context clips of me. That's the power of attention. Look at this baby. Ooh. She went in the gun safe earlier. I just opened the gun safe to, you know, take a look over my massive arsenal. And she ran in there and jumped into one of the tiny little cabinets. Feet. You have big feet. Yes. Yeah? What was that? Was that justified? Did you need to? Huh. Why is your mouth wet? Oh, you've been drinking water. No. Yeah? Beep. Beep. Beep.
Boss bad, boss bad, boss bad.
No. She's so wiggly. Squishy. Be free. All right. Casey Marlowe, thank you for the very kind $5. I ran a polling site during the primary. A MAGA chud threatened to get his gun to shoot me. Took cops 10 minutes to get to the polling place. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Conservatives, I mean, but also cop response times. Hunga Master, thank you for the $2. Hey, Vaj, I got banned for no reason at the end of last stream. Could you unban me? There was probably a reason, Hunga Master. Send me an email. I don't remember your username. Kyle got your tongue. Thank you for the $5. True. Inquisitor Peleus, thank you for the wonderful. Is that Arab writing? Zoomer with a very kind $15. Have you considered doing Omori's Hikikomori run on or off stream? It has a lot more content than the main route. Maybe. I just feel like if I only did the Hikikomori route, I'd be denying my audience a lot of emotional, a lot of emotional catharsis. Chew Chub with a very kind $20. As another talking point, many children are convicted of murder. If you think she shouldn't have been tried to be stopped with the most consistent tool given to police, then you're allowing minors to commit murder. Yeah, I don't know. It's not even an age thing to me. I just think a lot of people fucking hate cops. I don't know. Draven 1895, Tony Titties, and Adept Red, thank you for the $5 all. What non-lethal weapons might realistically replace guns in the future? Is there a potential tech solution to this problem? Okay, the problem with non-lethal rounds is that they're very unreliable in stopping. If you use a gun on somebody, some kind of weapon, you want to stop them instantly. Now, so guns do this by making the body stop working with bullets. Rubber bullets do this with significant concussive force. However, rubber bullets are kind of in a neutral zone where if they're fired too hard, they have more stopping power, but they can kill. Rubber bullets are lethal. But if they're made too light, then people in heavy clothing are essentially immune to them. Tasers don't work on people who are wearing super heavy clothing because the little prongs never get to them. And even if it hits their skin, it doesn't reliably disable them, which is not always great. You can fantasize about like more effective non-lethal weapons, but here's the question. Can you design some kind of weapon which can fit in the palm of a hand of a police officer that your average person can be trained to use effectively, that can accurately target one single person and then instantly disable them non-lethally? That's pretty difficult. You know, I tell you, if you run on this tranquilizers are not instantly. I mean instant drop. You pull the trigger, they stop moving. Like that. Tranquilizers can't do that. What about the brown note? Make them shit themselves? Maybe. Wasn't there that military heat ray? You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I saw this video years ago, but the US military unveiled a heat ray. Essentially what it does is it uses a very directed burst of microwave energy to make a person feel like they're being cooked alive, which instantly and involuntarily forces them to turn away from the source of the heat ray, and also probably claps in extreme and excruciating pain. It is technically a non-lethal weapon, but it can't be targeted at a single individual, And it's very cruel. Yeah, here we go. I remember this from ages ago. Pain without injury. The active denial system deters attackers by sending a non-lethal millimeter wave of electromagnetic energy, causing a burning sensation. It feels similar to being on fire. 2-second burst can heat skin to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. People pull away. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if a cop should have a miniature version of that. Yeah, I've heard it's unpleasant. These are real things, by the way. That wasn't just a diagram. These things do exist. See? Exactly, Sean. Okay. I was supposed to have a short stream today. You people are insufferable. Max 2000, thanks to 5 Australian. Ben Guerrero, thank you for the $5. Ben Garver, thanks to the $5. Altfax, the tier 4 sub. People forget the primary objective of anarchism to dismantle unjustified hierarchies. Some police functions are justified, most are not. Yeah, exactly. Keeping murderers from killing people is a pretty justified thing, I'd say. Josie Rosie, where'd you get the shirt? It looks so cute. I forget where I got it, but we'll probably have a link up to it eventually. Skull of Madness, you got your pigeon. Angel Kodo, thank you for the $10. Did I see the AHA stripping their 1996 award from Richard Dawkins? Wait, really? Is that the American Humanitarian Association? That is so funny. Richard Dawkins stripped of the Humanist of the Year title over trans comments. Nice! That's based. We can cover that in a future stream. Based and compelled. H.M. Tomasin with the incredibly kind $50 donation. Vosh, you're right, IMO, about the cop shooting the girl who was about to stab someone. I appreciate your actual nuance and thoughtful takes on things. And yeah, the taser analysis is cringe. Thank you so much for the very kind $50, comrade. I really do appreciate that. I want to make it clear, by the way, like perfectly clear, that it is possible that a taser could have ameliorated that situation. However, it was not reliable. And reliability is what matters here. You need reliability. If I'm about to be stabbed to death, I do not want police to use an unreliable method of stopping the person who's stabbing me. What the fuck? Oh, it's Conyer. He's fucking with me. There we go. Go into the light. Wait, I'm really sorry. Am I losing my mind over here? Like, unironically? The clip of me that we saw earlier was me saying that other people should not turn that tragic death into, like, this big BLM civil rights protest moment. And people are saying I'm the one cynically for police abolition? I didn't even mention police abolition. What do people hear when I say words? What words do people hear when I say them? I think they're going off a bit on using the next one, maybe. Guys, do you want to hear a funny story? Real funny story. Did you know that Rosa Parks was not actually initially intended to be the person who would kick off the bus boycott? Did you know that? Rosa Parks is one of the preeminent black, like civil rights heroes. But there was another woman who got kicked off a bus. Very, very same situation. It was a pregnant teenager. And do you know what happened? They were actually considering gunning up to have her be the face of this civil rights movement. But she was a pregnant teenager. And they thought the optics would be bad. Because a pregnant teenager belies, like, are you unmarried? That sort of thing. Because it was bad optics, they didn't go with it. So even the orchestrators of the civil rights movement were careful about which instances of injustice they would use to mount a public campaign. So in essence, I am using the same logic as that used by the civil rights protesters. And the dumb fucks on Twitter would have been the people who would have tanked the civil rights movement by allowing it to be thrown forward with bad optics arguments. These people should really learn more about MLK, Very disappointing. My boy Pink, you can email me if you have a problem. Making a second account is only going to make me want to ban you again, which I'm going to do now. I don't know why you'd think there'd be any outcome to that. Email me. Jesus. Master, email me. Sada Sean, thank you for the $2. Ryan Palm, thank you for the 5. If we arm police with swords, is there a preference for what kind? Scimitars. Obviously. Bat Ezioman and Rengi, thank you for the $5 both. Really appreciate that. Lucid Days, thanks to the tier 1 sub. I see Dead Llamas, thanks to the $2. True. Leet Krabs and Kieran G23, thank you for the $5 both. Really, really appreciate that. Only 26% of the voting population voted for statehood. Statehood's imperialism. Puerto Ricans are a nationality, and we want freedom. Old people want statehood. Okay, it's up to you guys. It's up to Puerto Ricans. I gotta say, though, I feel like statehood would probably be better for the, probably be better for the people of Puerto Rico. Casey Marlowe, Ryan Normie, and The Easy Way, thank you for the $5 all. I really, really appreciate that. He's also recognizing the Assyrian genocide. Nice. I completely forgot to do the Biden segment. I'll do that next time. Jean Barlik and Red Light Alexi, thank you for the $2 both. Jarek the Owl and Still Alive, thank you for the 5 both. Really appreciate that. Shrimp Ho and Nikosil, thank you for the tier 1 sub both. Majority Report has a Discord now if you're interested. I don't really do anything on Discord except talk with my personal friends, so not really. I want to go on the Majority Report. Makano and Big Sweat, thank you for the $5 both. Maybe Big Sweat. Yogs the Thought and Tyler Swenson, thanks to the 5 both. I'm worried my dog has cancer. She's cute. Why you gotta be sad, comrade? Why you gotta lay out the sad content? What a beautiful dog. What a beautiful, beautiful baby. I can't believe all the Twitter lefties hate black people. They wouldn't have even wanted the civil rights movement to happen. That's crazy. ABD Zag, thank you for the very kind $5. I find it cringe that conservatives think white supremacy is exclusive to white people. As an immigrant in Sweden, I know many immigrants that are racist. Oh yeah, 100%. This is a failure of intersectional analysis. There are a lot of people on the left who are like, the white people are racist. That's not true. Well, sure, there are plenty of white people who are racist, but the exact same racist tropes, beliefs are held in non-white people as well. How could they not be? You know, that's 100% true. Do you people not watch Hassan? Jesus, I'm just reading. God, you not... I talk more than any of the other political commentators. You're not used to just a moment of silence? Should I eat food? Should I like mukbang my way through the gap? Christ. LM, thanks to $10. Mids the $5. Thank you very, very much. There's an upcoming personal stopping police tool called a Bulla wrap that's non-lethal and looks pretty cool. Bullas are thousands of years old. I'm pretty familiar with the technology. The problem is a Bulla wrap does not instantly stop a person in the situation that we would have seen. It's possible that there will never be a non-lethal tool that would have been more effective or as effective at disabling that woman or girl as a bullet. Adept Red, That Kid 001, and PowerFox Development, thank you for the $5 all. I really appreciate that. Debate Kamiki Kunst on Puerto Rico. She seems to believe right-wing capitalists want it to be a state for private gain and are the ones pushing hardest for it. No, the person just sounds stupid from the face. What would I... That's like probably a conspiracy theory. It's like non-falsifiable. What am I even supposed to say there? Chicken Strips, Bub Savvy, thank you for the $10 both. Really appreciate that. That's a complicated question, Bub Savvy. Max 2K, Lol Ife, And Dark Samus, thank you for the $5 all. Really, really appreciate that. AB, oh yeah, I just did that one. Ab Yix, thank you for the 10 Europeans. Yep. We Europeans constantly rank way lower on acceptance of immigration, diversity, etc. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, America's like a melting pot, right? You know, at least in theory. Bricklair, Dan29A, thank you for the tier 2 subs. Comrade Owu and Yui193, thank you for the tier 1 subs. Stains on Black Velvet, thanks for the $2. F's for chat. Casey Marlowe and Dendrago, thank you for the $5 both. Can't promise anything, Casey Marlowe. I've got a lot of people waiting at the moment, but I appreciate the offer. Hungamaster donated $3 4 times in a row. Wait, 6 times in a row. 7, 8. Wait, hold on. Hungamaster, I love you very much and I appreciate the donations. However, you seem to be having a depressive breakdown in my donation window right now. I'm sorry that you're not happy with the place that your life is at the moment. I would say that donating your sorrows to a streamer is probably something akin to a low point. I really do hope that it gets better. But I have made plenty of videos on my opinions on how to make things like that better. So hopefully that's something you can take advantage of in the future. I mean, I can see you over here now. What the fuck? Pitbot banned me for being too horny. Is that allowed? Absolutely. 100%. But Hungamaster, if you have a problem with your ban, you have to email. You can't donate it away. We're not Destiny. Refund him, Vosh. Come on. I don't know which email address is his out of the thousands of emails that I get. Email me if you want a refund. Also, you have to ask for a refund. Jesus. Herbert Holmes, thank you for the very kind $20. I really appreciate that. Conservatives mention culture and lack of role models as the source of ills for black people. However, they disregard the systemic assimilation of cultural leaders who would have served as cultural leaders / role models. Yep. Why don't black people have more great leaders, conservatives say, after killing all the black leaders? John Hammond with the $10. Oh, no. John Hammond with the $10. How do you differentiate this take from Destiny's Rittenhouse take? With your justification, you can just harass people until they get hostile and then have the police murder them to defend you. If you harass people to the point where they start trying to stab you to death when you don't have a weapon, the police deserve to murder them. Yep. 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 Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Uh-huh. Yep. That's okay. If a person charges you with a knife and starts trying to stab you to death, you ain't got a weapon. You're not attacking. You're just trying to survive. Yes, the cops can kill them. Or you could kill them. If that girl had a fucking Glock stuffed into her yoga pants and the girl charged her with a knife, she would have been legally and morally justified in pulling that Glock out and dropping that girl. That was her right. The cop showed up and did it for her because she didn't have the gun. The cop did. Maybe not in front of the cop, but yeah. Well, if a cop arrives, then there's a different, superseding. Sounds like you're saying the girl deserved to get shot. She was trying to murder somebody. Briley Ranger, Puerto Rican independence is definitely a very complicated subject that I want to learn more about. Chicken Strips, thank you for the $10. I might play Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I've heard very good reviews on it. LN, thanks the 10. 5, the mids, thank you. I already fucking emailed you. Lamau, don't read it out loud. Hungamaster, it takes me a while to get to my emails, okay? You'll just have to wait. I'm sorry. Sismero, thank you for the $5. Can you further explain why Puerto Rican statehood would be better for the people of Puerto Rico as opposed to independence? Because if Puerto Rico is a state of the United States, that means that it gets taxed like a state of the United States, and also is a beneficiary of federal assistance, the way other states are, and the structures and benefits that the federal government provides underperforming states almost guarantees that Puerto Rico would have access to more wealth as a state than it would if it were an independent. Doesn't it already get taxed? Yeah, but I doubt it receives the same federal benefits that a state does. I mean, for God's sake, they don't even have representation in the Senate and Congress. You have to admit the cops can de-escalate in situations like that. De-escalation is good. However, she was going to stab her. Have you seen the video?
Boss bad. Boss bad. Boss bad.
We just need a ban. We just need a ban. Okay. Hammertoes the 6, the 5 Australian. Am I ever going to stream Isaac? Maybe. Yeah, lefties suck. Chicken Strips, thank you for the very kind $10. Make sure to get enough protein in your diet for all those massive brain gains you've been getting lately. Don't worry about that, comrade. I have plenty of protein. Dog with a Knife, thank you for the very kind tier 1 sub. Appreciate the kind words. JT Hood, thank you for the $10. Any tips on how to red pill the classmates like a Chad? No promises, comrade. My videos speak on their own. You're going to have to handle this one yourself. I believe in you. Evafan, thanks the 5. We took a look at that. And Hannibal with the incredibly kind $30 donation. I really appreciate that. Wait, you're right. Maybe. You're all sexist. If the person who was wielding the knife was a guy, you wouldn't have a problem with this. It's because she's a girl. You're all being sexist again. Guys, you can be stabbed to death by a girl. Did you know that? Do you know that? Hey, are you one of those people who say it, that guys can't be raped by girls either? Are you like, how far do we want to go down this line of degeneracy? If it was a guy who was swinging a knife around at a girl, you would have had no problem with this. If the person who was shot was white or a guy, then yeah, you wouldn't have a problem with this. I hate you people so much. Oh, I hate you people so much. Oh, God. It could also be because she's so young. Nah. If it was a 16-year-old guy, if there was a 16-year-old guy who was tried as an adult because he like raped some like swim coach or something, chat would be frothing at the fucking mouth. But if they caught a shot of a fucking 16-year-old guy attacking with a knife some innocent defenseless girl who had no weapon, yeah, no. I see through all you people. All of you are sexist. All of you are racist except for me. Okay? I'm the only one. All of you are problematic, and you need to check your privilege, okay? Every one of you. That's right. None of you are free of sin. Goddamn right. Okay. Turtle05, thank you for the very kind $5. Bionic Meatloaf for the incredibly kind $10. Just thought I'd share my gun collection while supporting the channel. Oh. Rootin' tootin'. I don't have any long guns. My safe isn't even big enough for long guns. Probably be nice to get like a big rifle though. Really like practice in an outdoor range or something like that. Rootin' tootin'. Point and shooting. They should be all white with like gold handles though. Have you ever gotten to like a high level in COD or something? Seriously. Hannibal with a very kind $30. Sorry, I skipped on that. Hello, Vosh. This video is about possible crises in the 21st century. It'd be very educating and fun to hear your solutions. Excuse me. I can give it a look, but this is a 33-minute video. Judging from the opening frame, was this video made by a Nazi? Probably. They love this. They love this shit, right? Maybe not. I don't know. I'll give it a look. Maybe. He's not a Nazi? Okay. Just inferring. On board and Shredward, thank you for the $5 both. I really appreciate that. Vosh, did somebody seriously recommend Morrowind-style taunting a person to lawful killing? Yeah, the most offensive thing for the person making that Rittenhouse comparison was the person implying that the problem with the Rittenhouse situation was that Rittenhouse insulted people until they tried to kill him, and then he defended himself. And that was what was wrong with it. Like, if anything, you know? God. Wazowski, thank you for the very kind $10. Yesterday, I convinced a janitor at work that gay marriage, gay adoption, and immigration were totally fine and base. Thanks to the rhetoric lessons. Fuck yeah, comrade. I'm really happy to hear that. On board, thanks to the $5. Glad you like the content, comrade. Family Tune with the $5. How do you know 100% she was actually trying to murder somebody and not defend what was previously happening? The cops get there. Even if the other person was the initial aggressor, when the cop arrived, the girl had a knife and was charging at a person without a knife. She was trying to kill a person who was not fighting back. There's no situation whatsoever where that's justified. Even if another person initiates the conflict, and has a weapon, if the situation changes and they no longer have that weapon and you're just chasing them around with a knife, you're no longer in the right. You're no longer justified in doing what you do. That's the most charitable interpretation of what took place there. 504 Boognish, thanks to the $5. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to Review Tech USA. Cryptoplasm, I think I have heard of the UK Criminal Conduct Act. We'll probably talk about it more on stream for sure. Okay, there were still donations that I haven't read out for 2 days ago. We'll have to get to those later because this went way overboard. I didn't realize that half of the stream would be dedicated to me defending the most obvious and undeniable fucking imaginable take. Jesus Christ. I love you guys. I'm inspired by your passion and your love of life, okay? But you have to temper your emotions with something even remotely resembling a factual understanding of the events at hand, okay? You have to temper it just a little bit, okay? Unless you're some kind of radical pacifist who legitimately believes there's no situation where it's okay to fire a weapon at another person, even if they're attempting a murder, you have to understand that sometimes there are justifications, okay? All right. I love you all very much. I'm sorry if any donations got missed, by the way. I read all the ones that appeared. Hey, just, you know, how it goes. I love you all very much. Take care. I'll be appearing on stream tomorrow. We actually have an interesting stream tomorrow. I'll be announcing details on Twitter before the beginning of tomorrow's stream. So hopefully that'll be fun. We'll learn a lot of stuff. Everyone take care, okay?